Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. I'm Lulu. And we're gonna be trying something new today. Hello, Adoni. How's it going? Today, not only are we gonna do the go straight into Infinite Fusion thing that we did last week, but I'm gonna learn a skill. I've decided that the skill that I want to learn is being able to play a game without talking about it. This is gonna be a lesson. We're gonna see if it works. We're gonna see if my brain can keep up with it. And if so, we might get the grinding done without me wanting to die. Is my volume fucked? Like somewhere. I can't tell where. I think it's my brain again. This happens every single stream. I just need to... I can't evolve the Meowth. I've already failed. I'm really good at this. Time to grind. This is true. Hello, QB. How's it going? I'm gonna die. I'm gonna completely die. It's gonna be great, but I am gonna die. There is something wrong with my audio. It actually just is. Is it slightly too loud music? Is it... I might die in real life. I'm prepared for this stream. I'm so prepared for this stream. You don't understand. Just casually got over a gender identity and attack. Holy shit. Both of those things at once? Which gender identity did you get over? And what attacked you? I've decided today that I want to share with you the Idris Elba radio from Cyberpunk 2077. But unfortunately, that's going to involve me getting copyright struck at some point this stream. And I'm just gonna suffer. I'm just gonna take that. It's music from a video game. It's fine. What are you making tickets for? Okay, my game's now really quiet. I can't believe this. That's a pretty great ball. Damn. It's another dude. We're doing better than I thought we were. I thought we were doing awfully. But actually, we've got level 30-something. Huh. 6. I can count. Idris Elba is a really good DJ. Okay, chat, hear me out. I know he's known for being an actor, and he's a very good actor. He's an actor that has played a role that has put actual tears in my eyes, so I've got to give credit to it. But at the same time, he's a really good DJ. I'm actually going to see him at some point soon. I don't remember exactly when, but it's coming up and I've booked it. And I'm really excited for it. Hi, Aurora. How's it going? What else am I seeing soon? I need to go to more concerts. I've not been to anywhere near the number of concerts that I should. Isn't Glastonbury going on this weekend? Who's on at Glastonbury this year? I saw that Prodigy and Fatboy Slim are on. Ooh, is Dust? Dust means it's the head. You can evolve the head. That's still a Meowth. Okay, we're fine. That is nowhere near as good as Dust was. That's really sad. That's sick, though. That's just real. I like this. God damn. That's a sick-ass fusion. Shadow Punch. Yeah, why not? How is the new Pell World update? What's the Terraria stuff? Because obviously it's the Terraria update. But like, what actually is it? Hey, Kayan. How's it going? I'm so prepared. I bought snacks for this stream. I had dinner just before stream. I brought drink. I brought, in fact, 2 separate types of drink. You can catch an Eye of Cthulhu. Excuse me. That's sick. Main fishing mechanic that got added is janky. That's a fucking normal type, Lulu. I'm really smart. What is the fishing mechanic? I love fishing in video games. I've definitely never been extremely frustrated by the concept of fishing in a minigame. In a minigame, in a video game. Or in a minigame, actually. Both of the above. The fishing minigame that's bugged me the most has to be... for a second. Dota 2's. Why'd they click fake out? Oh my god. Dota 2's fishing minigame was ass cheekums, to say the least. Someone in the Discord described it as the Stardew Valley Get Good minigame. Well, so it's like the Stardew Valley one, but hard? Or am I misinterpreting that? I didn't mind the Stardew Valley one. I wasn't a huge fan of it. It's fine. It's not great. Yeah, Stardew mechanics. I don't know how I feel about that. Probably broadly fine, but it's not gonna be like a selling point for me. You know? Wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't so laggy. Oh. That's really good. Why does my Infinite Fusion not fill the entire screen? Why? I've just noticed that. I'm gonna fix that. Can we just... Oh god, I've moved it. We're doing it live. Just like bottom there. And the top there. Okay, right. What I need to do is this. I need to hold control. It's not control. Is it alt? OBS, I love you, but like, please do the things I want you to do. That was great. Okay, it's not that. Chat, how on earth do I make an OBS scene do the things I want it to do? This has never come up before. I'm gonna die. Hi, Wopty. How's it going? So... holding alt does nothing. Holding control does nothing. I don't think it does anything. Can I, like, zoom out? No. What if I had an idea. I've just had a great idea. What if first I click Shadow Punch on this Shanks? And then I do... Okay, that's a great start, Lulu. You're a dumbass. You don't want to learn nasty plot, screw you. That's already wrong. What are you doing? Is that not how I use OBS? Have I just forgotten how OBS works? Oh, that's really good. Okay. Give me a... I've just shadow punched it. Normal type. There we go, I fixed it. Shadow Punch kind of gaming. Does Shadow Punch not make contact? Because I've not been flame bodied yet. I feel like I should have been flame bodied by now. Either way, I fixed my OBS scene. So I'm happy. I think OBS is updated and it's screwing with me. I couldn't tell you exactly why or what it's done. But it has. And it's bugging me. It does make contact. Fuck. Everything's fine. Just slowly burning to death. Fine. We'll go heal. Let me check pickup. No. I can't believe that we are still at a grand total of 0 rare candies in 2 streams. I know we're right at the start of this one. But like, goddamn. I was worried my OBS scene had screwed itself up, but no, my brain had screwed itself up. I should do the maths, chat. That's what I should do. The actual maths on how long this is gonna take. Hi, Grave. How's it going? What button am I pressing? Oh god, this one. Lulu for gore. I brought brownies to the stream. I'm gonna take a bite out of this brownie. I'm gonna get flame... I didn't get flame bodied. I bought these brownies in Waitrose because I live relatively near to a Waitrose and I was walking home and I went, I need to get food because I forgot to buy food yesterday. And so I went into this Waitrose to buy dinner and I saw these brownies. They are apparently called Florentine brownies. I don't know what that means, but they do have almonds and cherries on top, which bring me significant amounts of joy, both of these things. QB is cool. On top of being cool, QB is right. You should click the funny buttons. I'm gonna bite this brownie. That's a brownie. How much money did I pay for this brownie? Probably more than it's worth, I'm gonna say. I'm gonna make the executive decision to say that that is the truth. It's completely fine. In fact, I'm gonna say it's a slightly above average brownie. However, unfortunately, it was purchased in a Waitrose, so it was probably about 1.7 times the amount of money that it should have cost. No, don't move. Give. I got one. I'm not gonna spend that. We're not gonna spend any rare candies today. Unless it's to take, a certain love Esther of ours up to evolution level. What am I clicking? Oh god. Brain, function. Brain, turn yourself back on, thank you. Chat, I made a career decision in the last week. I decided that because I am still, like, pursuing a career actively, because it would be stupid to, like, give up working and start streaming forever when I make no money, I made the career decision to start looking at doing project management professionally. Just tried a new Mountain Dew flavor Dragon Nut. I know that says fruit, but I read it as Dragon Nut the first time my brain put my eyes on it. So, Dragon Nut. I'm impressed that one flavor of Mountain Dew is alright, because they're all bad. I've not had a single good experience putting anything with the Mountain Dew label in my mouth. It's all bad. All of it tastes awful. It's just slightly gloopy water that tastes a little bit of lime, but mostly of bad. And I've tried it a few times, right? It's not like I had one Mountain Dew and went, that's enough. I don't ever want to do this again, and then gave up. I went, but people like this. I genuinely couldn't believe that it was a successful beverage. So, on multiple separate occasions, I've gone, surely Mountain Dew can't be that bad. And then I've tried it again, and it's been that bad. I don't get it. I think it's 3 or 4 separate occasions now. I have hiccups. Ugh. I wonder if it's because I don't breathe properly when I'm streaming. Might be. The hiccups. Project management, that's what I was gonna say. I am one of those nerds that gets really excited about project management. I can't describe exactly why, but it just brings joy. I like planning things. I like executing on a plan and seeing it all come together. I've just shadow punched a fucking normal type. As with times we walked through Viridian Forest, in the edit for this, when eventually we are done and we edit it into a 16-hour-long video, there's going to be a counter for the number of times I shadow punch, or shadow sneak, or nightshade a normal type in this fight. And that number will be way larger than it has any right to be. And it's going to make me angry. That's all I have to say about that. Goddamn. Exactly, ghost type move on a normal type counter. That's what it's gonna be. And it's gonna make me cry. There are going to be tears. There's caramel on this brownie. Oh. But like, it's in lumps on the top. It's not a layer of caramel. It's like someone got solid caramel in lump form and put it on top. Why? And they smushed it a little bit. Collect your tears in a jar and make profit. I'm not so famous I can sell bathwater yet. It's unfortunate, but we're just not there. Stop! We're just not there yet. No matter how funny it might be. Oh my god, chat. I learned today. Someone at HBO, the television network, in an episode of some medical drama, slipped in a Pipkin Pipper merchandise t-shirt onto one of the patients. Like a main character patient. And oh my god. I was not ready for that. I saw that, and then I recognized it because it's a top that I own. And I wear semi-regularly. And not only was it one of these merch tops, it was one of the limited edition Anime Bay collab ones, not one of the Hot Topic ones. So someone who's like a real fan of Pippa has just like put that in a TV show. Fuck you! Noiby, I would like it if you found a hole, put yourself in it, and didn't leave. Wait for it to rain. Die. Chat, so much happens when I don't stream. Did you hear that Pirate Software did it again? Did you hear? Did you hear it? Oh my god. Chat, why can YouTubers not be normal human beings? I don't get it. So many, obviously, like so many are completely normal, but so many people have narcissism problems, have an inability to admit that they're wrong, and are just generally shitters. And I don't get it. I don't understand how you reach a point in your life where you end up beefing with Moist Critical. Moist Critical said it himself. He's been touching grass recently. He's changed. I'm not a huge fan of Moist Critical's content. I think it's quite samey and quite boring, but some people like him. And that's fine. I respect him for being a personality with strong opinions. And I respect him for being a personality that people like. He's also very chill. And so, it's very strange that anyone would consciously make decisions which would end with beefing with Moist fucking Critical. You know? It would be like if we're back in 2015 and you start beefing with iDubbbz. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? It don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Exactly. Beefing with Moist Critical is a near 100% chance of failure because he's not trying to beef with anyone. He doesn't want to beef with you. If you want beef, pick someone who wants to beef. Because then you have that sort of veil. You have this veil of, I'm just beefing for content, right? And you can go, ha ha ha, isn't that funny? Wasn't that a great beef off? Anyway, back to being normal humans again. But the second you pull someone nice in, you pull in Josh Strife Hayes, you pull in Moist Critical, you pull in fucking Ludwig, I forgot his surname, the guy, we know who it is. Once you start pulling in people that are genuinely just like pretty nice and not trying to beef with anyone, what are you doing? It's so easy to not be an asshole. It's so simple. Chat, let me teach you a lesson, right? There's a really, really neat lesson that you can learn about not being an asshole. Let me get it to everyone. So, all you need to do to not be an asshole is when you do something wrong, you say, there's a magic word, right? There's a magic set of words. You can put them in like various orders, you can mess with them, you can move them around. All you gotta do, right? If you do something wrong, step back. My bad. I shouldn't have done that. I did that. That was a mistake. And then the magic is, I'm sorry. Then for bonus points, you move forward and you say what you did wrong. You admit to it. You explain where you were coming from. You explain why you now realize that was wrong. And we all move forward as a society. It's so simple. It's just an ego check. You just gotta go, I am a human being. I can be wrong. And that's fine. It's, oh my god. So simple. I don't get people, chat. I really don't. Do I die to this dumb bat? Chat, I think we might die to this dumb bat. Not if it clicks Gust 3 times. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, we do die to this dumb bat. I have so many ghost types. I just had a moment. There's a dude that makes videos where all he talks about is how people that try to fuck with Moist Critical get messed up by public opinion. It's not even about public opinion. It's about the basics of being a good human being. It's so simple to not be an asshole. Also, chat, that's another thing. If you know someone that really does struggle with not being an asshole, and you know that no matter what they do, they'll end up being an asshole, what they could do, I've just poisoned my Meowtump. What they can do is they can shut up. It's so easy. If I realize that I have two options, one of them is to say something shitty, and the other one is to not say anything at all, guess which answer is going to lead to a better outcome? It's so simple. So simple! It's like people don't get it. Ugh. I still don't quite kill this stupid bird. I hate this stupid bird. At least Love Esther's here. I love my Love Esther. Love Esther's the head. How is Love Esther the head in this? Why am I teaching you Leech Seed? You don't want to learn Leech Seed. Chat, promise me that you won't turn out as assholes. Please. That's all I want. Why do people still watch Pirate Software, by the way? What's his audience now? Because he must have terrified off everybody that thought he was, like, a voice of reason. Anyone that thought he had anything of value to say, anyone that thought he was a subject expert, who else watches that man? I don't get it. Because, like, the brand comes from his experience, right? That he's ex-Blizzard, he's ex-cybersecurity, etc. That's, like, the idea, right? But not only did it turn out that he was essentially just an intern at Blizzard, it turned out that a lot of his cybersecurity opinions were pretty shitty too. So he isn't a subject expert. We've also found out that he's an asshole. So the whole white man with a deep voice that's also a nerd and confident falls apart when you don't have credibility. Because the idea of that is that you are an internet father figure, you're a Markiplier, you're a MatPat. And what's left? He's not a game development expert because the game he's making is dog water. It's taken so long to develop. He's not given his, what's it called? Kickstarter supporters essentially any of what they paid for. So he's not even a game dev. He's got cute ferrets. Maybe that's it. That's one thing that personality can't take away from him. That's very true. I think I might give you that one. You win. That's a good reason. That's why people watch him. I understand now. Ferrets. Chat, if any of you like Pirate Software, that is not a reflection on you, by the way. That is a narcissistic creator that's managed to get some of his opinions a little bit... What's the word? Oh my god, chat, what is the word? When you dull it down. When you minimize the... fuck. Either way. He said some shitty things, and he's not told people that they were shitty. He's pretending that nothing happened. So it's not like any individual watcher's fault. But if you do know anyone that likes Pirate Software, point them at Josh Strife Hayes instead. He is a perfect internet dad. He is driven. He is kind. He is socially aware. He's very, very supportive of your sort of... What's the word? The same sort of young man demographic that's taking inspiration from Andrew Tate and using him as a role model benefit a lot from the Josh Strife Hayes model, which is You can be vulnerable and that's fine. He also does, in fact, have one of the best series on YouTube. This is correct. Worst MMO ever is wonderful. He reminds me of Total Biscuit in a lot of ways. He's... I mean, obviously, like, the superficial, you've got the deep voice British man. Relatively dry humor. But... we've got consumer rights in there. We've got... conscious thought. We've got... genuinely lovely human being. Even though he puts up a little bit of character sometimes. A lot less than TB ever did, but... there's still some of that, and that's, I think, why I can see it there. And it just brings me joy that in a world where we're struggling with sort of a male... what's the word? I've lost a word. I lost so many words already this stream. Loneliness crisis. We have creators like Josh Hayes who will help a young man through that kind of thing and give them a role model. Honestly, I think that's one of the biggest things we're missing as a society. I think that we don't have enough role models. That the role models that we get given are always social media presences, right? That you can't look to politics for role models anymore. Outside of the man who's hopefully going to be mayor of New York. I love him. Forgotten his name. Not Cuomo, obviously. But I can't think of many role models in politics at all. I'm trying really hard. I can think of exactly 0 in British politics. No, that's a lie. Fuck, what's her name? The most recent Welsh addition to the House of Lords. She's fucking wonderful. That's true. But, like, the fact that I have to dig that deep is unbelievable. You know? So you're not generally looking at politicians. You're looking at celebrities and social media presences. And you just get the people that get the most clicks. You don't get the people with the good messages. Oh, you also get athletes. That's true. I hadn't thought about athletes, but yeah. I think less in sort of the circles that I move in, but I'm sure that some people get a lot from athletes. Doing minus house or farm work, you end up listening to is either Tom Scott or Josh. I love Tom Scott. I can't believe he's back. I'm so excited. I have no clue what he's actually going to end up doing. I mean, he obviously said vaguely what he's going to end up doing, but it was intentionally vague. So, I'm so excited to see Tom Scott. And I guess to some degree, role models, you've got video game characters. And TV characters. I'm a huge fan of that kind of thing, because we do unfortunately live in a world where you struggle to find good real people that are role models. So I can see why people turn to religion and say Jesus is their role model. Because I think Jesus is a great role model. I think it's kind of unfortunate which book he lives in, but I think that he's wonderful. Oh my god, the detective shows are so good. Have you seen Tom Scott's game show? It's really, really good. I'm taking a drink because my throat's already having a moment. There's a bunch of YouTube TV that's better than TV though. Like all of Dropout. Dropout's really good. What is his TV, actually? I don't know. I feel like I know that there's a bunch. Anything that Brian David Gilbert's on, basically. Dropout mentioned, correct. Okay, and I don't know if people actually like mean and stereotypes. It's just that that's what we're exposed to. And if you're exposed to something, then you get used to it. and then it becomes normal, and then it becomes what you expect, and then it becomes what you want because it's normal. I think that's more the route that it goes through, rather than being people actually like it. Either way, it's not good, but I think that there's definitely a distinction there. Who are your role models, chat? I don't know which side that is evolving. Meowth is 28, right? Yes, I know Meowth's 28. Okay. That is the Meowth. I'm trying to think about my role models. Brennan Lee Mulligan! I kind of struggle to like people like Brennan Lee Mulligan. Disclaimer, I'm not hating on the man, right? This is gonna sound like it for a moment, and then I'll explain. But there's something about that hyper-confident, almost to a level of arrogant personality that I don't vibe with. That I don't think it's inherently awful, but I would have to see a lot of him out of character to like him in character. I agree, he's very funny. Definitely. 100%. And he doesn't seem like one of those people like XQC, like Leffen, like... Oh god, who's another one? Other people like XQC and Leffen. There's one, I've forgotten the name. Anyway, not like those. He doesn't seem like those, and he seems like, after the character, he is very nice. But I just sort of generally struggle with people whose characters are not very nice, you know? MLK is a role model. That's true, there are a lot of good historical role models. I can't knock those. I don't know, I struggle to find historical figures real, right? It's not like I don't believe in history, but it's not there, it's not tangible, I don't feel it, right? That if Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., etc. lived today, I'd think, holy shit, what a badass motherfucker. But I can't really do that because they're not here. It's just like a lack of realness. There's like one extra step of disconnection there for me. Chadwick Boseman, he was one. If we're talking about sort of civil rights, Black Lives Matter, that area, he was fucking cool. I'm really stuck on role models now. God damn. There are people I like, but I think I'm just a little bit too... I think I'm a little bit too critical of myself sometimes. And so... what happens is, if I pictured myself as one of those people, I would look at their flaws and go, they're unacceptable. I think that it's completely normal to have flaws, obviously. And those people are not failures as people, they're not any worse because they have flaws. But I would look at those myself and be unhappy with them. Ooh, Wopty, you might want to rethink Churchill's a role model. He wasn't a very nice person to a couple of groups of people. And I'll say about Churchill what I say about Margaret Thatcher. He was very effective in wartime, but outside of a military context, I wouldn't want him leading anything. And the same goes with Margaret Thatcher, that, you know, she won the Falklands War. Unfortunately, outside of that, don't ask the Midlands what Margaret Thatcher did. Oh, I missed the word Jack there. That's my bad. I saw World War II and Churchill in the same sentence, and I completely missed the word Jack. Oh god, is Jack Churchill the... Oh, I think I know this one. Is he the drugged up one? Somewhere in World War II, there's a really, really, really drugged up soldier. Maybe they were Polish, though. Fuck, I don't remember. That's really, really annoying. But someone knows who I mean. I hope that one day I can be a role model. I don't... I couldn't be a role model to myself. They were Finnish, okay. Very much appreciate that one. I knew someone would know what it was. But... to be a role model... What does it mean to be a role model? To exemplify things that matter, I think. That the people that what I would require in a role model would be someone that has meaningful ideals and genuinely works towards them and uses them to affect the world at large. I don't know. Imo Kavunen, the first documented case of a soldier who OD'd on meth in a combat situation. And so Jack Churchill just fought people, just by the way, Lily, fought people with a claymore, longbow, and bagpipes. Are you sure that wasn't William Wallace? Are you sure that William Wallace didn't come back for a day? Because that does just sound like William Wallace. And I wouldn't be surprised if he dragged himself out of his grave to fight for the Scottish in World War II. That sounds like the kind of thing that could happen. What's in Will-O-Wisp? No. No Will-O-Wisp for you. He complained the war didn't last longer. Oh my god. It's like the Japanese soldiers that were on islands and didn't find out that the war had ended. They were just that committed. What a world we live in. Isn't that crazy? Chat, I've been thinking about absurdism. About absurdism and... oh god, there's another one. There's two of them. There's nothing matters, so go and live your best life. And there's... it doesn't matter whether anything matters or not. And I don't remember what the other one is. What are they... well, like... so they're called philosophical theories, right? Existentialism. What's existentialism? Yes, so absurdism is... nothing is real, so fine... so make... no, let me try that again. Absurdism is nothing matters, so go and live life to the best you can, because it's fun. Existentialism is... there is no inherent meaning, so make your own one. Jack Churchill has the last confirmed kill with a bow and arrow in wartime. He shot a German sergeant to signal the start of an attack. Holy shit, that's cool. God damn. Huh. I would love to meet that guy. Obviously, probably not going to be able to. But that would be an insane conversation. How did it feel to shoot a Nazi with a long bow? How many people in history shot a Nazi with a long bow? It cannot be larger than 4. It actually cannot be larger than 4. He was a male model, movie star, and one of the first surfers in the world. I love this man. Man sounds so cool. I love that kind of shit. Chat. I know we live in a society, but I'm really struggling to find female role models. That it might just be the fact that I'm chronically online, and statistically, you are less likely to see success as a woman on the internet. Outside of certain industries, we won't get into that. But in the industries that I look at, female Giga, obviously. Duh. Lulu, you're a dumbass. Lulu, you're actually just a fucking dumbass. It's Giga. It's obviously Giga. Why did you not think about VTubers? For some reason, I just put in my brain that role model and VTuber cannot be in the same sentence. It's Giga. Lulu, you're actually just fucking stupid. I guess I'd kind of just split apart content creator from it in my head. I don't know. But like, male ones are quite easy to find. You can look at Tom Scott, you can look at Matt Pat, you can look at Markiplier, you can look at Jack's Films, you can look at fucking everyone. Josh Drive Hayes, like we talked about earlier. But... I think there's something deeper there. That outside of Giga, the female content creators that I like aren't as personal as the male ones. They don't wear themselves on their sleeve in the same way that someone like Josh Drive Hayes does. Monarch as well. Monarch's cool. I've never really been an active Monarch watcher. I can tell you why that is. That's because of a Lulu flaw that I grew out of. So, back in 2019, when I got into VTubers, when I watched the absolutely legendary video Shirakami Fubuki Noises, and I started getting into HoloLive, I was in the firm idol culture camp. I was still stuck in the segregation of men and women in idol culture. I was still stuck in EN VTubers are never gonna work. I was still stuck in all these things. But slowly, I made my way out of that. Who got me out of that? Was it Niji EN? I think it was Pomu. I think it was Pomu and Alira that got me out of that. That proved to me that actually you can be an EN VTuber. No, it wasn't. It was before Niji EN. Fuck. It was Niji ID. It was Zia Cornelia. It was Hana Makia. It was Miyu Octavia. Oh my god. Of course it fucking was. And they proved to me that you can speak English and be a successful VTuber. And then Zia and Hana did a lot of collabs with, I've forgotten his name. I want to say his name's Taka? I never really watched him. But male VTuber, they debuted together. So obviously there were collabs all over the place. Taka Rajiman, that's what it was. And so that proved that you can have female VTubers and male VTubers in the same place and it go well. So I got over that. But during that period was when I was first exposed to a couple of VTubers. And those VTubers, I think I still haven't kind of gotten over that phase. That I made that judgment back then, and I haven't taken the time to sit down and think about it. Why did I heal my Pokemon? Lulu, do you have a brain cell spare? One single brain cell. It's not fucking hard. You have infinite super potions, woman. Spend them. God damn it. I'm fine. Where was I? Oh, that's also going to be where my dislike of Vshoujo came from. I got over that one. Very much. Obviously, I like Giga. But I started off with, like, a strong dislike for Vshoujo. I think partially that was probably due to Melody being a founding member, and I was a lot more prude back then. I'm still a little bit prude. That's a problem of mine. We can be open and honest with that one. But definitely I was solidly in the idol culture. I was solidly in sort of idols don't even go to the toilet. They don't fart, let alone have relationships kind of thing. And so Project Melody was very much the opposite of that, which obviously is not true. And she's doing a wonderful job, and I'm very glad that she's brought that sort of space to VTubing. But at the time, that's part of what drove me away from being able to enjoy Vshoujo. Chat, I'm gonna go on record. I'm gonna go on record because I don't know why I believe this. And I need someone embedded in VTubing to tell me. I have this vague dislike for trash taste. I can't tell you why. I can't tell you where. But I do not like any of the members of Trash Taste. I cannot put my finger on it. I could make excuses and reasons. I could find them. But I can do that for anything, right? I can justify about anything because I'm good at writing essays, and that's all you do. You find reasons, and then you don't mention the good things. So I could justify it, but that would be dishonest of me. So, does anyone know if anything's like actually happened? Because I feel like something has actually happened, and it's been internalized. I think it might have been something to do with the Rushia dismissal. I've just got that in my brain somewhere. But I might be completely wrong. I might be entirely misremembering that. He was the opposite. I like the show due to the fact that they were more real than Hololive and Niji. That's very valid. I can see that. If that's the kind of thing you're looking for, definitely. I was just, like I said, stuck in idol culture. Which I'm glad we're out of now. Sort of as a greater community, we've kind of dealt with the fact that idol culture is not healthy. Why is my chat hair for Infinite Fusion? Should have really been more like up hair. I hate my chat. We need to work on that. Again, the thing on the screen, not you guys. You guys are lovely. It's such a shame that Niji-san's just an awful company. They're full of awful people. Like, holy shit. Some of the most talented and driven people in the content creation space, not just in VTubing, in all of content creation, such as Dokibird, such as Mint Phantom, such as Synchronicity. It blows my mind that you take these people who are so passionate and so talented and so wonderful, and you drive them out of your company because you're shit. Because you're just awful people. So absurd. Also, I am very much liking the new sort of soft graduation that we've got going on as an industry, really. Did you have the golden goose and decide to butcher it to get the eggs? Yeah, and they didn't realize that the eggs aren't in there. That it lays them. When you feed it. For free. That's fucking stupid. It's insane, it's insane. What the fuck is Forest's Curse? Is this the move that makes you a ghost type? No, it's the move that makes you a grass type. What's the move that makes you a ghost type? I don't remember. Stop trying to evolve. Just blows my mind. Absolutely. And like, that's gonna be why people like Zia graduated. People like me graduated. Taka. It's so sad. Looking at Niji Sanji and their generation is like looking at a list of obituaries sometimes. It really is. It's just, goddamn, you okay? You guys doing alright? It's like when we looked at Idol Corp. And oh, everyone's left now. I can't believe that only Rin survived from Idol Corp Gen 1. And even then... Oh no, Juna's around actually, no. I lied. Yeah, Rin and Juna survived. How did I forget that Juna survived? That's insane. I wonder how back-end that's going. The Brave group and Idol Corp stuff. Because that was a while ago now. That's long enough ago that they've cleaned up all the merch issues, they've cleaned up all of the admin issues. At least from an outside point of view. So I wonder how the talents are feeling internally. And I wonder how they're doing in terms of, like, Globy and their other talents. Because I'm sure the JP ones are fine, because it's really hard for the JP ones to not be fine. But like we've said, with Niji Sanji, idol culture is still very alive and kicking. JP side. I'm actually just really, really interested in... what's it called? Like the goings-on behind the scenes. That kind of thing. Like I said, project management, right? I'm really interested in how companies work and how people interact, that kind of thing. Remember that Jin's biggest worry was if she could keep using that identity? I actually own a Rin Penrose Scrunkly. I own the little Scrunkly for my keys, and I own the big Scrunkly on my wall of plushies. Scrunkly. Chat, do you think it was an accident that Rin used the trans flag for Scrunklies? Because I don't know. I genuinely don't. Because Rin is... what's the word? The one for where you're not very gender. Androgynous. Is intentionally very androgynous, right? You know, use of the word prince and, you know, that sort of... I think she's come out as ace, right? At the very least. And the Scrunkly is just, like, exactly the trans flag colors. Maybe slightly too pink. Only slightly too pink, though. Rin is the prettiest prince, correct. Thanks, QB. A bit late, but yes. Chat, I'm still trying to learn. I want to do a learn. I want to... QB, don't leave. No, QB, I need your expertise right now. I actually do. Because I still don't understand non-binary yet. I don't personally know any non-binary people. I don't understand the experience. Exactly, QB. This is why I mentioned you. So... like, really digging into the weeds of it. Like, really getting in there. What? Why? I understand the idea. I understand that it's about not conforming to either flavor of gender. But, like, some people who are NB will say they're trans, which is fine. Because they disagree with their birth gender so much that, like, they are distinctly not that, and they don't like the characteristics attached to that. But where is that on the scale? Because, like, some trans people will go the whole way and they'll flip. They'll do a whole surgery. They'll take a hormone. They'll take, like, they'll wear binders or bra stuffers or packers or any of those things. But I don't know how much of that applies to NB. And I don't know... like, what's the end goal? I'm a very sort of problem-solving brain. I see every problem as something with a solution. And I look at that solution, I look at the endpoint, and we do critical path analysis. And we go, okay, these are all the things that need to be done to get to that point. And if I don't know what that endpoint is, then I can't do that critical path analysis. Technically, you can be transitioned to NB when not fully conforming. So I know it's about being in the middle ground. I just don't like... The spectrum of NB people feels way wider than the spectrum of trans people. Well, of trans women and trans men, right? That it is as wide as that. But it's all the same umbrella. Some NB people are very gender, but they are not a specific one, they are just very gender. Some people are not very gender, but they are very much female. And it's just very confusing. It's just like another world. How do you decide that's the right one? Well, you don't decide, but like, how do you know that's the right one? How do you know you're not falling on either side? How do you differentiate being an NB woman, for example, from just being a tomboy? Or from just being... I don't know. Many things. Yeah, so like, Whoopty, the one NB person you know, will present male, female, or androgynous based on what they feel at the time, so it's also people that go across the whole thing. It's just so much. I don't even know where to start. That's what it is. It's not knowing what I don't know. When it comes to binary genders, I'm pretty confident on working out what I don't know. But what I don't know about NB is all of it. So I couldn't pin down to what that is. Pronouns with them is confusing at the best of times. I can imagine. I like to think that people will understand if you always use they. and then you can ask them on an individual basis. But if it's someone whose pronouns change on the reg, I don't know what you're supposed to do. I don't know the solution to that problem. Ask them to wear a pin. Because I cannot read your mind. God, I wish I could read minds. That'd be so nice. I've been flame-bodied again. Of course I have. I love Flame Body. It's the best ability in the game. There's just so much going on all the time. With people. Where are my items? Chat. Why have I not been given items? Chat, here's your daily reminder to click buttons. Click the good ones. Click the one that says like, and the one that subscribe, and the one that Discord, and the one that the other one. Hi, Hat. How's it going? I'm taking another drink. What was I saying? Reading minds. No, I'd love to read minds. That'd be so much fun. Those that change their pronouns on the regular create such a stigma for the gender fluid community, at least the ones that get upset when you use those changing pronouns wrong. Yeah. That I think if I knew someone like that, I would sit them down and, like, really talk about it, rather than anything else. But, like, kind of in the same way if, like, Papa Lulu came over and used the N-word at someone. I'd sit them down and go like, okay, well, let's talk about that. Are you aware that that's a word that we don't use anymore? Are you aware of what it means? Okay, then why did you choose to use it? You know, or, okay, so are you aware that I can't always be right? Etc. Papa Lily does not use the N-word, by the way. It was a simple one. It's a technique where you take things to sort of their natural extreme, and then you work backwards, because philosophies need to apply to the extremes as well as they do to moderate scenarios, otherwise there's no point in them. It's where the everything devolves into comparisons to Hitler comes from, because they're actually a really useful tool for philosophical debate. But oftentimes you'll get to them a little bit sooner than you maybe should. You know? Hat, nothing, like, crazy. You just walked in to talk about gender and my not understanding of NB. I'm sure that I wouldn't have any issues on an individual level if I knew a significantly larger number of NB people. But I can see why that would create significant grief in sort of general life. I'm taking another bite of this brownie because I only took 2, and that's really sad. That was too much brownie. Oh god. That's a pretty dry brownie. God damn. Yeah, no, it's not one of those really, really juicy brownies that we like. Today, chat, Lulu eats a brownie for an hour. Oh my god, don't get me started. I take so long to drink drinks. It's not even funny. Toy sauces, I bought the brownie. I paid money for the brownie. In fact, there are 2 of them in this box. Because I would like some sweet treats for my stream. That would bring me joy. No, the brownie already has a chocolate sauce on it. It has almonds and a chocolate sauce and caramel. But it's just not very well portioned. Dry food just spit on it. That's why it's in your mouth. That's why it's there. It's there so that you can form a bolus. Chat, do you know the word bolus? I love the word bolus. Show me your bolus, chat. Show me your most recent bolus. If you can successfully do that. I have a burned Meowtump. I may be stupid. It's fine, we just murdered them all. And then we burn to death slowly. God damn. Hi, Eric. How's it going? I need to screw with my BGM. I just realized we ran out of what I was playing. And we're now probably playing something that is likely to get hit. Chat, what's a good BGM for the stream? I like the vibe of that. But, like, we can only have that so much. I know what I want. It's not super long, but it's a plan. There we go. Beautiful. I can't believe we're still grinding pickup Pokemon, by the way. I thought this was gonna end like 3 streams ago. I'm not gonna lie. Hi, Eraser. Eraser? Isn't Eraser how the Americans say it? And then Eraser's how the British say it. Anyway, how's it going? I am doing very well. I am not quite so hot that I'm dying. I've been very productive today. I redid well, I actually redid my entire... What's it called? My entire workflow for the next sort of 2 or 3 months. So I've got a full list of every single task I've got to get done. I've got different buckets for different people assigned to different tasks. It's gonna be great. You almost done with the grinding, Lily? Okay, so... You're not gonna like the answer to this. Currently, this grinding is to get all of our Pokemon to level 41. Then Pickup is gonna start dropping us the maximum number of rare candies. Only then will we need to... What do we need to do? We'll need to get our Larvesta out. And start leveling our Larvesta up to 59. Then when our Larvesta is level 59, it will evolve into a Volcarona. Then we need to get various Pokemon, fuse them with said Volcarona, and evolve them all. Then we need to look at the full list of Pokemon that we have, and whether we can let them evolve or not. And then, finally, we need to go get the Jirachi for having seen 666 different Pokemon. I think we're about 250 at the moment. So we're going to have to find more than that in fusions. And we'll see how that goes. We might get a lot of that during the Volcarona grind, though. When we're using it to evolve. Oh, you can use MX if you're looking for a non-committal Mr. Mrs. title. It used to be used as women who were too old to use Miss anymore. For some reason, you can't use Miss if you're too old. But didn't want to say whether they were married or not. In the same way that you would use Ms. But yeah. MX. I think. We're actually really close. Huh. I've never seen MG before. That's just magnesium. You cannot use MG and not expect people to just call you magnesium. Because that's what that is. If I see that in any context, that's gonna be magnesium QB. And I will not be able to move past that. For a second. We've run out of PP. Kiwi, how did you not come up with that one? That's so obvious! Oh, it's good though. I'll give you that. No, I studied chemistry for a while, so periodic tables broadly in my brain. Chat. I haven't thought about why I gave up on the sciences since I became a self-aware adult. Why did I really give up on the sciences? Because there's no problem solving, right? Because when you do the sciences, you just do things that are true. And you don't solve problems, you work out whether things are true or false based on facts. And it's not like critical analysis. I mean, it kind of is. You look at research methods and stuff, but that's a small portion of that. That in an individual case, if you're like, I want to study the effects of this pill on autism, you look at previous effects, and you go, well, it'll probably do this. And then you look at what you'd need to work out whether that's true or not. And then there's a right or wrong answer. I think that might be it. I don't like questions with a right or wrong answer. I like questions that have a more right or a more wrong answer, but if a question can be, like, demonstrably wrong, and so many things can be demonstrably right, then what's the point? Why do so many things explode when introduced to water? Because water reacts with them. Water's really reactive. It's an electronegativity thing. It's that oxygen big, hydrogen small. Hydrogen as small as it gets, so the bond quite strong. So when you break the bond quite good. The bond make lots of energy. Tump body. And holy shit. Wait, no, I can't be doing that. I can't be doing that. That's gonna get rid of pickup. I'm glad I caught that. That was close. But then on the other hand, wait, I gotta finish it. It's that... Wait, alkali metals. Alkali metals. What's in the outer shell of an alkali metal? The periodic table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I've lost my alkali metals. Where are they? I can't find them. Found them. Wait, no I didn't. What? Chat, am I stupid? What group are the alkali metals? It is group 1, okay. I was gonna say, no, I lost them because I was looking at every group but one. No, because they've only got one outer shell electron. Which means they really, really like bonding with Chet. And oxygen especially. Because oxygen is... Oh god. Oxygen is 2 missing. And oxygen really likes bonding with Chet. And so you get 2 metal per 1 uranium. Uranium? Oxygen. Why did I say uranium? You get 2 metal per oxygen, which is also like a good ratio to make heat, and yeah. And they replace the hydrogen 1-to-1. I'm sure some of that made sense. Like, the first half already made sense. And then the second half kind of dissolved. Oxygen likes bonding with your nose to provide life. If the oxygen's bonding with your nose, you need to seek medical attention because that shouldn't be happening. That really shouldn't be happening. Like, there's something wrong with your skin if oxygen is bonding with it. Or like the lining of your nose. Do not accept that oxygen is binding with things. Bad. Chat was so close. We're so nearly at level 41 Meowtump. I'm so excited. You may be dying, that's true. We're all dying though, so like, don't worry about it. We're all dying, nothing matters, live your best life. Have fun with it. Silicon's a cheater for oxygen? I don't know. Oh my god, chat, did I ever tell you about my old chemistry teacher? My old chemistry teacher, I love him to bits. But whenever... I'm assuming that you guys know about the concept of double bonds. Where you can have a single bond where you get 1 electron shared, you can have a double bond where you get 2 electrons shared. And carbon does this a lot. Carbon does double bonds with things for various reasons. But every time carbon double bonds would come up, he'd think about carbon-carbon double bonds, because carbon-carbon double bond is when a carbon double bonds to another carbon. And that's very stable. That's a good-ass bond. Carbon's very happy binding to itself. Same with the rest of group 4, but... specifically the carbon-carbon double bond. My old chemistry teacher consistently would come up with carbon-carbon double bond baby, as in ice-ice baby. And goddamn, did that make all of my chemistry lessons fantastic. I love that man. So wonderful. Taking another drink. If you remember correctly, silicon really likes to bond with oxygen so much it will rip itself from a molecule to bond with oxygen. So that's an oxygen thing, that's not a silicon thing. It's that oxygen is in the second most reactive group of elements. It's that oxygen is in group 8. The only more reactive you can get than oxygen is... not group 8, what am I talking about? That's its mass, Lulu. Group 6. The only more reactive you can get than oxygen is fluorine. It's a scale. So as you go from... oh god. It's you go from left to right, and you become more reactive. And you go bottom to top, and you become more reactive. Which is why fluorine is the most reactive element. Then it's oxygen, then it's chlorine, etc, etc. So... silicon really likes bonding with oxygen, mainly because everything likes bonding with oxygen. God, I haven't thought about chemistry in so long. I'm impressed this is still in my brain. How long ago was that? Like 7 whole years? 8 whole years? When did I drop out of sciences? It would have been... it might be on the anniversary, actually. Wait a second. Huh. Yeah, because it's academic years. I did finish that academic year. I was just told not to come back. And so... yeah, we must be coming up on the anniversary of that. Huh. And that would have been 2018. 18? Yes. Because I remember where I was living in 2018. And it was the place that I was living when I was at College for Sciences. So yeah, about 7 years ago, I dropped out of science. And then decided I'm never going to do that again. What do you think of non-carbon-based life? I think it's probably possible. There's nothing that says it can't be. We just haven't found any yet. We don't need to make a last pickup Pokemon, do we? Wait a second. I'm gonna unfuse the Larvestafan P. And we're gonna see what levels they turn up as. You. Unfuse you. That's fucking awful. Holy shit. Do you think it'd be silicon-based, or what they'd be based off? I mean, there's nothing better than carbon. But the close second is silicon, so it would have to be silicon, I think. It's Gliscor. We're making Gliscor. What does Gliscor look like? Oh, I don't like that at all. Why is it nose so long? No. Flame nose Pokemon. Yeah, it is. That's the flame nose Pokemon if I've ever seen one. I don't like it. I want it to be gone. I'd take it in such a better than Slam. I want Charm. He can smell you real good. Last Resort! Don't want to learn Last Resort. Okay, so we do have to give you a lucky egg. We do have to take you to 41. Oh my god, it is let me do it for you. I can't do that voice. I've tried in the past. I just actually can't. Pain. Suffering. What a creature. What an actual creature. It's real. It is. It exists. I love Shinx. Shinx is such an adorable little Pokemon. Does Dragon Rage kill these things? No, of course not. God damn it. I don't have a good move to hit this. I just don't. It's Dragon Rage. I just want to get flame bodied again. It's cute, let's kill it. Hat, I'm glad you understand the Pokemon idea. Okay, Lois is currently not earning pickup items, but like, it doesn't matter. We can be a little bit inefficient for a little bit. Let's probably level this thing. So we take down this. Then we Dragon Rage the next one. Ow. Then finally we can do fire damage to the last one. Oh yeah, I don't like it at all. I think it's bad. It's awful. How's the Pokedex? Oh, it's at 304, okay. So we've only got to find another 362 Pokemon. That's not awful. I can live with that. I wonder how many fusions we'll actually see while we're evolving. Not even a mother could love that face. Aww. I don't know, I'm kind of warming to it. It's not great. It's not awful. Poor thing. Fanizard. Don't worry, Fanizard, even if my chat doesn't love you, I love you. So Pokedex. How many rare candies? We have 4 rare candies. Which means currently we have to grind to level 55. I think we do better than that, though. We have to find at least, like, 3 more while we're grinding Lavesta, right? If we don't, I'm gonna be very sad. Balloon Chipper! You know, I can see it. I really can see it. I don't like that I can see it, but I can. Bad. It's like a Squidward became a flying lizard. Yeah. I'll give you that. I can't disagree. I want to put the rest of this brownie in my mouth. I think this is 2 bites, actually. Rather than annihilating myself with the big one. Take a normal bite. Chat, I bought more of that Pepsi strawberries and cream flavor today. The hell do you mean you see it with the balloon chip at the face? Do I need to explain? Let me enable my mouse on this screen real quick. So this is the balloon chipper. That's the back little bit where it spits out all the balloons. And then that's the front bit where it sucks them all in. No, it's the other way around. Wait a second. Yeah. It's that's the scoop. That's the front little scoop. And it sucks. And then that's the top, like, handle that the balloon chipper has. Let me now disable my mouse. There we go. I would love you to evolve, but sadly, I need the fan pea. Chat, are we gonna have to evolve more Pokemon? Like catch more Meowth? The current team has 4 Meowth. Wait, we can evolve Meowth, can't we? Because it's the Meowth that's giving us the pickup here, right? Oh, but what if it's not? It could actually just not be. Because both those Pokemon get pickup. Oh my god, the Mimic mimicked Michael Jackson. Can the Mimic mimic dead people? Oh. Sorry, I just got almond in my tooth. Because this thing's apparently covered in more almond than is humanly possible. I didn't realize there were that many in the world. Oh my god, chat, can you name all 59 women? All 59 of them. This is my challenge for you today. Hi, dear. How's it going? 35. Dumb username I did? What, Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson is a good username. I think everyone should be called Michael Jackson. Why did you confuse my funny lizard? Can I just say Lulu 59 times? I mean, there's more than one. That's one. I love my Charizard. My stupid Charizard. All the almonds in the world. Here, localized entirely with your brownie. Yes. Yes, they are. Chat, I just got reminded of the time that my Hebrew teacher sent the entire class a rendition of steamed hams, except it was all in biblical Hebrew. ham. It's very good. It's actually awful, by the way, but in a good way. Stop missing the funny normal move. Please. You don't need many more levels. Come on. What brownie? I brought a brownie to stream. Because I thought I should bring snacks to the long-ass grind. I thought it'd be stupid if I didn't. Have you got your lucky egg? You do, okay. Man, these really are just shutting streams, aren't they? We've been grinding on this one woman for 100 whole minutes today. Steamed hams, but it's an Ottoman puppet show? Oh god. I don't even know what that means. I mean, I know who the Ottomans are, and I know what a puppet show... Hiccups. Hiccups. Yes. A puppet show is. Do you think this woman has gotten enough of you being down at Pokemon? I mean, she's got a lot more of it. So I hope she hasn't. I hope she's completely ready for more of this. My brain just turned off again. Steamed Hams with Analog Horror. There are so many good Steamed Hams renditions. So many. Her friendship with those melons has surely hit rock bottom. That's true. Fainting does, in fact, take your friendship down. I'd forgotten that. Steamed Hams, but it's a Soviet cartoon. I'm putting this to the brownie in my mouth. It's time. Yummy. This one. You graduated a few weeks ago. Let's fucking go. What were you studying? Please, Trina, I can't fight anymore. She's offering. I talked to her and she says, would you like to fight me? So I say yes. And obviously I would, you know? It's a very sticky brownie. Fuck! Thank you. Still have second school left? That could mean any number of things. That could mean one of like 10,000 different things. Murder! Thank you. By the way, I should have been flame-bodied there. That would have been far more poetic than not getting flame-bodied there. Chat. This comes up a lot in my life. I think school's kind of bullshit. I think traditional schooling is full of shit. I think that as an institution, basically worthless, outside of very specific sets of people. You could be talking about like various types of, various levels of schooling. You could be talking at like American high school, you could be talking about secondary school. I don't know, there's like a billion systems across the world and they all start at different ages, and... Oh, the easy way to answer it is how many years of it are you gonna have to do before you go to college? And get a degree. Assuming that you did, and you got a degree, right? Secondary school. Understandable. See, in the UK, you start secondary school at 11, and I'm assuming that you're not 11. So, probably not secondary school. But, like, your local equivalent. My brain just turned off again. This Charizard has confused me so much. Exactly, I'm assuming they're over 11. It's probably closer to an American high school then. QB just losing it. Oh my god, chat, I'm really good at politician speak. I'm so good at it, it's so annoying. I can say so many words and say exactly nothing. I don't know exactly when I learned how to do it, but oh my god. You can just, like, talk shit. I'm gonna crack open this can. Why not? That's my favorite Pokemon. I don't know if that one came through the mic properly. It was a good open, but you guys might just not have heard it. And then I'm gonna drink straight from the bottle of water, because that's what I want. Yummers. Not as crisp as the other ones? Yeah. Wasn't perfect. Murder. Love Murder the Bird. Carbon water. Well, this one's not just carbon water. This one's carbon water and, let's see. And color E150D and flavorings including caffeine and phosphoric acid and aspartame, acesulfame K and sucralose. As well as pectin, sodium citrate, and potassium sorbate. I'm sure you know what all of those things are. Because I sure do. And of course it is our job as the consumer to know every single ingredient that could possibly go into food. Water is water. Pepsi components. Click on. Well, actually, I say that. I can tell you what all these things are. So E150D is going to be the brown coloring they use for Pepsi. We know what flavorings are. Caffeine is. Phosphoric acid is just like an acidity regulator to make sure that it's not... no, we don't involve that. To make sure that it's not, like, too basic. Then we know what aspartame is. That's sweetener. Same with acesulfame K. And sucralose. It uses 3 because that's going to make a better imitation of a real sugar. Then we've got pectin, which is just a thickener. I think that one comes from... I think we used to get it from animals. I'm not sure where we get it from now. I think it might be fruit that we get it from nowadays. Sodium citrate's also just to make sure it's not too basic. Potassium sorbate's just a preservative. It's actually quite simple. Damn. Lulu science. Soda! Oh my god, Joe Biden did a bunch of things, but the best one that he did was say soda. That's not true. The best one he did was Biden backdash. Chat, have I shown you Biden backdash? Please tell me. I've shown Biden backdash on stream before. Let me get Biden backdash up. Let me go to my dedicated memes folder, because I have a dedicated memes folder. And let's see if I can find Biden backdash, because I must have it saved. I'm like 95% sure that Biden backdash is going to be saved on my computer somewhere. And if it's not, tears will be shed and I will go looking for it. That's a picture of Fuoa. That's not it. I don't think I have Biden backdash stored on this computer. Oh my god. You can just go grab bottles from your fridge and read the ingredients. You can do that. Mimic, you should become what brings you joy. If that's Balloon Chipper, then it's Balloon Chipper. Let me go... Let me confuse myself and then die, actually. Let me go find Biden backdash. I'm gonna Google it. Biden backdash. Image. Oh my god, I found it. I'm gonna murder this Pokemon first, though. It's a very good image. Let me save this as Biden backdash in my memes folder because that's where it deserves to live. Because it is in fact a meme. Where did my image source go? There it is. Let's move it to, like, here. Properties. Browse. Search memes for Biden. What's happening here? Biden backdash. Anyway. That's all. Just wanted to share that today. He's Biden backdashing. Exactly. It's Biden backdash. That's, in fact, just this. This bit of the image on its own is perfect. Biden backdash. Oh my god, Biden wave dashing, and it's got fox noises. It would have to have all of those fox noises, shine noises, etc. Because otherwise, it's not the whole experience. Like, maybe a couple lasers mixed in there. Fire! The year is 20XX. The US presidency is now determined by 2 foxes on Final Destination with no items. Please! Please, can we have that? Need to see if Biden do a skip in a game and call it Biden skip. Oh my god. AF3 sucks. 6 minutes on the timer. God damn. I wonder who'd be US president if it was decided by Melee. Do you think... Oh no, Biden didn't take it! Who do you think would grind the most for it? Because it's got to be between... What's the Melee top 10 right now? Let's see. So Zane's on top now. Oh, that's 24. Oh, because 25 hasn't come up yet. So... Yeah, so top 10, we've got Zane, Cody Schwab, Mango. Jesus Christ. Moki, Jmook, Amsa. Oh my god, Amsa takes it with Yoshi. Imagine you're on a stage and it's the final for the US presidency. And it's like, Amsa versus Mango. Amsa locks Yoshi. And it becomes the game of, can Yoshi become US president? God, I want to see that. Fucking love Melee. How would the world be different? Do you think PPMD would have quit Melee if he could have become the US president by playing it more? I don't know. I think Dr. PP would have kept on. I think he would have come back. Chat, do you know that Dr. PP turns up at tournaments for doubles now? Still. He only does doubles. With his brother. And no one else. That's the only time he plays Melee. I love him. He is the Tom from MySpace of Melee. He had his time. He decided, that was good. I've had enough now. And then just went on to, like, do the shit that he loves. Which is hang out with his brother. Isn't That's so adorable. Mimic, I see Biden versus Doc Lewis. And I raise you Biden versus Matt from Wii Sports. I think Matt from Wii Sports would win. Teddy Roosevelt and Abraham Lincoln to wrestle. Man, I miss when AI was just used to make presidents talk to each other. They were top tier memes. That was like absolute peak. As far as political memes go, presidents play... Can you real quick flashbang us? What, you stop on like a white screen? I can open like an Excel document and flashbang with you with an Excel document. What do you want to bring up? Oh my god, I can flashbang you with the spreadsheet for Infinite Fusion. Wait. There you go. Lincoln might have invented the choke slam? Goddamn. Okay. My favorite US president AI meme was probably they play Magic the Gathering together. Those are really good. Or the VTuber ones. The ones where they debate who their Nijisanji Ien Oshi is. They were top tier as well. And it would always end up with... I forgot his name. I can picture his face. US presidents. Let's see. He was a recent one. Bush. It would always end with Bush coming in with his love for Rosemi. God damn. I wonder how Rosemi's doing nowadays. Probably fine, right? Like, I'd be really surprised if she wasn't. Am I really switching Pokemon here? Screw you, I'm not. Murder. That worked. You've seen US presidents rank ice cream? I'm okay with this. Oh my god, chat, have you seen Barack Obama get in a car with Jerry Seinfeld? That's one of my favorite experiences that I've seen on the internet. I love Barack Obama. He did some shit, right? But in terms of world leaders, I think he's been my favorite one in recent history. I can't think of many... I don't think I think of any world leaders that have done as well as Obama. Also, honestly, yeah, shout out to being the first black president. Fucking legend. I still think it's absolutely crazy that the sexism in America trumped the racism. That we got a black president before we got a woman. I really, really believed it was the other way around. That we'd be far more likely to get a white woman than we would a black man. But no. Not only did it turn out that we got a black man, but we couldn't get a white woman. And then obviously the Democratic Party decided to run a black woman, and they're not ready to elect a black woman. They're just not as a country. They're just not ready. It's such a shame. What a world. What a world. It's just, oh. So stupid. I feel like Zelensky needs a shout out. That's true. I like Zelensky. Really? Well, yeah, as a country, the general population of the US are not in a social position where they're willing to elect a woman, which is a shame. That it would be wonderful to see a woman in power, but there's no logistical reason that any number of women couldn't be president of the US, but unfortunately the people aren't willing to vote for that. And so no matter how qualified Kamala is, no matter how good she would be as a president, the people responsible for voting for her aren't ready for it. And there's nothing we can do about that. Next, we get a gender president. Which flavor? There could be lots of flavors of gender president. Just like a very gender president? Or a no flavor of gender? Why don't they tax the rich more and the poor less? Hat's got it. Hat's nailed it. It's because the rich have the power. The rich can say, I will stop doing things if you tax me. It's that simple. It's such a shame. The answer is yes, I understand. Isn't it crazy that the US voted for Donald Trump twice rather than vote a woman? To be fair, that we're never going to elect Kamala. That's just, like... The Republicans could have been fielding, like, an actual dog. And the dog would have got it, because, again, population willing to elect a woman's just about 12%, I think. But... besides that... it's weird. Tax the goldfish, goddamn. They are made of gold. Trump tax the penguins! I'm really looking forward to reading history books in like 10 years. I'm so looking forward to it. I want to read the history books and how they write about COVID. I want to read how they write about Trump's 2 presidencies. I want to read about all these things. And I think it's going to be so much fun. I want to read about how they talk about, like, the UK's turf issue. That's going to be fun. Tax the dogs! Tax Yoshi. Yoshi's been committing tax fraud this whole time. Honestly, this is a little bit inside information, so don't leak this, but if you taxed Yoshi and made sure that he wasn't evading tax, you could deal with the entire budget deficit in the US. I don't think they know that. But, like, the entire budget deficit is the responsibility of Yoshi not paying his taxes. How did my Charizard take 50% from a level 12 Shinx? The animals have not been taxed, need to pay their fair share. Dear, you'd make a great politician. You'd be straight there. Chat. I have a rant to go on. I have a rant to go on about the basic respect for your fellow human being. That as someone that, despite being, like, in a whole-ass job, I end up in classrooms relatively often. Because I study still. I run training. I do all kinds of sort of stuff around education. But I end up in classrooms with adults, not with children. Thank fuck. So... I get to see what adults are like in a classroom. And it blows my mind that despite being whole-ass adults with whole-ass jobs, these people still don't understand basic respect for your fellow human being, like putting your fucking phone away. Why have you got your phone out? I'm not gonna tell you off like a child. I'm gonna think you're a stupid-ass motherfucker. What's wrong with you? You're being taught something by a lecturer who's put a lot of effort into this, like a lot, significant amounts. And you're here to learn. It's not like you're being forced to be here. You could walk out. You're a whole ass adult. You can pick your ass up and walk out of the door. No one is going to stop you. Not a single being is going to stop that from happening. So why are you on your fucking phone? Get off of there. They're paying for it? No, not in these contexts. In these contexts, their work is paying for it. Which makes it even worse. a non-zero amount of them have to be there due to requirement from work, then they should understand that they're gonna, you know, their workplace will learn about this. That people talk to each other. If you're gonna be on your phone, your employer will know about this. It's not a secret. Blows my mind. People are just stupid. And also, even if you do have to be there, and you don't want to be, you're an adult. You are capable of thinking about your fellow human being and the feelings that they are gonna feel. How would you feel if you were presenting to a group and like 3 of them got their phones out and just started scrolling Instagram? You'd feel kind of shit. I wouldn't. Because I would know that's their fault. I don't need to give a shit about them. But that's because I'm not a lecturer. Because I don't put my heart and soul into this thing. I just, like, sometimes help out in that kind of thing. So, why do you do it? With how all the lessons we learn as children are not expected of us as adults, I think it very much depends. I think that the real lessons you learn are expected of you, but that's only a small portion of the lessons that you learn as a child. That so many of them are about, like, subservience and stifling creativity. I mean, it goes back to the simple fact that schools are designed to make factory workers, not independent thinkers. But even as an adult, there are some things that you pick up that you learn as a child that are really important. Stuff like empathy, sharing, caring about your fellow human being, all these basic things. I have, like, no PP left. Bruh. Hit the Pokemon. Hat is correct. Do not be... Well, the idea that Hat's getting across. Do not be a tool or a cog in the machine. Yes, don't do that. But yeah, that's what you get taught. That's deep. No, it's not even deep. It's not even deep. That's the thing. It's that one of the most basic things that you should have as a person is respect for yourself. You should have respect for every human being, and you yourself are a human being, right? That's step 1. And so, in that respect, you should treat yourself as you do every other human being. If you treat yourself like shit, treat every other human being like shit too. You're not gonna do that. Too smart to do that. Instead, treat yourself like you treat everyone else. With respect. Don't defer to someone just because they get paid more money than you. It doesn't fucking matter. You can go, okay, you know more things than me, so I'm going to defer to you because you know these things and I don't. That is a very good reason to defer to someone. Arguably, that's the best one. If someone, for instance, is a surfer, and you want to learn to be a surfer, and they tell you something is safe or unsafe, listen to them because they know what they're doing. But that's nothing to do with their age, that's nothing to do with the amount of money they make, and that's nothing to do with the position they hold in society. If that same person came to you and said, I think all VTubers are, I don't know, AI, right? Then you don't defer to them because they're wrong. Because you know they're wrong because you spend more time around VTubers than they do. A boss is someone who knows how to delegate. This doesn't mean they know that the job of all the people they're the boss of. A good boss understands this, a bad one doesn't. I think there's more to it than that. I think that a lot of people get put in management positions because they're good at a job, not because they're good at managing. that the easiest way to become a manager is to do a job for a long time. And then all of a sudden, you get promoted to senior version of that, where you might have like one person under you. That's fine. You can manage this one person, because you're just telling them how to do the things that you do. And if you have like, I don't know, an HR moment, you call someone, right? But all of a sudden you do that for a while, and they make you leader of all of these people. You don't know how to manage people. You've managed one person. But it just so happens that you're good at making graphs. So you've been put in charge of the entire team that makes graphs. What do you do? No one's taught you how to do this shit. So what you do is you become a bad manager because you have no clue what you're talking about. But in subject expert, of course you are, right? You can make the best graphs out of anyone there. You've been there the longest. But you've been given this random job that's nothing to do with what you're actually good at. And people don't realize that until it's too late. They just see, ooh, I'm being promoted to be the best person in this team. Of course I'll take that. We live in a weird world. The reward for good work is more work. This is also true. That honestly, chat, if there's one piece of advice I can give you today, it's that you shouldn't do your best. That in the workplace, if you have nothing to gain, you should do what's asked of you to a high standard. You shouldn't let people know when you're done. You should ask for timescales. You should say, how long do I have to do this? If someone says you have 3 weeks to do this, 20 days after they told you to do it, you give it to them. It doesn't matter if you were done 3 days in. They gave you 3 weeks, you take those 3 weeks. And if you're not given enough stuff to do, that's fine. They're happy because you're doing everything that they ask you to do. You're happy because your workload is clear. And you're going to get a glowing review because you do exactly what you're told. It's great. And if there's something that you want to do, then you can say, oh, I complete all my work on time. I'm confident in my ability to take on a little bit extra. And then they give you that opportunity. Only exceptions when you get paid per project, not the time. I've never seen a a contracted employee. Employee is the right word. Have anything like that. But yes, that's true if you're self-employed. Or if you're a subcontractor or something like that. But you're already in quite a senior position by that point. So that becomes less of a problem. How the difference between a boss and a leader? A boss is the stereotype, just sits behind a desk all day giving orders. And a leader shows how they want things done and does it with everyone. Fairly common in construction and engineering where you live. What, so like the individual employees get paid when they complete, rather than just sort of the company getting paid on completion? Because there are laws against that across the EU. You'd have to look specifically at individual places, but that falls under a certain flavor of employment law that I'm not too familiar with. But essentially that's mostly a don't do that if you're an employee in particular, not if you're the owner or anything, but if you're being paid to work for someone, then that someone needs to pay you for your time rather than on completion of a thing outside of being a self-employed contractor. So the difference between a boss and a leader is that leaders have nothing to do with authority. That you can be a leader and not have any raw power over anyone else. All you need to be a boss is someone else's numerical superior and have the power to tell them what to do. I actually went in there to get moves. Whoops. Let me actually look at TMs. I have no TMs. That to be a leader, you need to inspire people to do better. You need to have ideas and bring them forwards and convince people that it's good to do them. These moves are dog water, by the way. Almost done with the grinding. Let's ignore the fact that I have to evolve all of these Pokemon. We're almost done with the bad bit, that's true. We've just got to do our Larvesta now. And then it becomes more interesting grinding, rather than bad grinding. Which is where we're currently at. Workplaces like Demon's Deals, they try to milk the deal for all it's worth, so you need to try and get as much as you can from the deal and protect from being milked. That is sometimes true. You can find good employers. That if you look at stuff like local governments, generally speaking, local governments are quite good. So you don't end up having that sort of adversarial thing. Oh god, what moves am I clicking here? We can bug bite this. So we can take down this. Oh, we can't get flame bodied. Okay, yeah, we're fine. So a company says it'll take Y weeks to do this if you get paid X amount. And then the workers get it done earlier, that same amount's paid, so the employees get paid their hourly in full. Oh, okay. So that is completely fine, yeah? You can do that. Because you still get your hourly, but you get paid more if you do it quicker. Just you don't get paid less for doing it on time. Or going over. Drink. I missed a takedown. Fuck! Yeah, we do click takedown on this. My brain just got stuck on like 4 messages in chat at once. To make a change to some of the problems in the world like gun violence... I don't quite get the point. There are many ways to make change. It's about finding the one that you can do and is feasible. That you can reduce gun violence by making people's lives better. You can remind people they're loved. You can be their friend. And while that's going to be on a micro scale, not a macro scale, gun violence goes down when people feel they're loved. That's it. So you can then go sort of up levels, you can look at systemic change, you can look at protesting, you can look at all these things. But wherever you are in your life, wherever you sit, whatever you do, whatever you love, you can make a difference in your little corner. And you don't need to change the world. You don't. You're not going to, statistically. You might. That's great. If you're the kind of person that is so driven that you're going to go change the world, if you're going to be a Greta Thunberg, if you're going to be a Barack Obama, if you're going to be, I don't know, Shakira, wonderful. Go and do that. But not everyone has to be. And so don't feel like you're not being productive, you're not improving the world just because you aren't the biggest person. That you can change the world by telling your parents you love them. You can change the world by hanging out with a friend. And over time, that person's life gets better. Which means that the people in their life gets better. Which means that the people in their life gets better. Etc, etc, etc. I wouldn't necessarily say that crime is caused by the system. Because there are so many more factors than just the system. But we don't live in a society which prevents crime. You know? We live in a society that penalizes crime, and a society that demonizes and vilifies crime. But we don't live in a society that prevents crime. Exactly, Whoppy. If you make one person's life better, and then that person makes someone's life better, and then that person, etc., then the whole world is better. The entire thing. And if you make two, oh my god. We know how quickly exponentials get out of hand. That's kind of crazy. Do I need to fuse this thing with something? I don't know. Violent crime and thefts are both caused by poverty, which is a systemic issue. Sometimes. That's not all of them, but it's a large portion of them, yes. Also, yeah, that's completely true. People don't realize how much power they have. How many people did it take to do 9/11? Think about that. It's terrifying. This chat is large enough to do a conspiracy of that size. Obviously, not going to. Disclaimer, YouTube. Don't do that kind of thing. But that's the sort of size of groups that can make life, if not world-changing events happen. So imagine if you got everyone you know in on something. And that's just insane that anyone could do that. Any single person on the planet could do that. So yes, by extension, Wapti, generalizing anything is quite dangerous. That everything is on an individual basis. You can't say all black people. You can't say all crime. You can't say all trans people. You can't say all YouTubers. You know? That depending on how you frame it and what you say, that's how we get racists. It's that one black person, one trans person, a crime, etc. It's single, discrete events which have nothing to do with each other. Keep in mind that World War I was started by about 5 people. Actually, chat, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you for this one. World War I was started by one person. It was Queen Victoria. It was just her kids having a spat. And there was a world war because of it. That's all it was. There we go. And then by extension, we had World War II. If you look at the world leaders at the time, if you look at... Oh god, who was the Russian one? I forgot his name. Anyway, if you look at them, they're just all Queen Victoria's sons and nephews. All of them. Because it was colonial Britain. That's it. Son Nicholas! Oh my god, Nicky boy! I've had people refer to Son Nicholas as a twink, and I want you to look at him, and I want you to disagree, because I can't disagree. I love him. By creating better safety nets and making better and more acceptable mental health facilities, the vast majority of crime disappears. Oh yeah. 100%. But we need to use the phrases like vast majority. You can't ever use the word all. It's almost useless, the word all, unless you're on such a small scale that you could count. The word all is almost pointless in the English language. I guess sometimes you can look at tragedies and say all. So, like, you could look at, I don't know, a nuclear bomb going off and say all of the people in the city died, because they all died, right? But outside of, like, very specific examples like that, the word all is basically useless. But yeah, sometimes there are people that just do bad things because they're bad people. But then you've got to bear in mind, they're bad people because of something. That maybe their parents didn't love them. Maybe they got beaten up as a kid repeatedly, and the way that they dealt with it was becoming sadistic. Maybe they have something wrong in their brain, and so they act this way. But yeah, I don't think anyone wants to hurt people just because. I think there's a reason for everything, right? I think, if I'm going to extend it into sort of Lulu thoughts, rather than just sort of general philosophical debate, I think that everything has a reason, right? I'm a huge believer of everything having a natural reason somewhere. We just don't know what it is. So, I like extending that down, but at the very least within individual cases, everything does have a reason. Like getting turned away from art school. Thanks, Adolf. Chat, I once again have to remind you that in positions of power, specifically politics, people refer to men by their surname and women by their first name. So I think that you should do it the other way around. You should start calling him Adolf. You should start calling him Donald. You should start calling him Joe. And you should start calling her Kamala. And you should start calling her Hillary. And... Harris. And Clinton. And really confuse people when you say, have you heard what Clinton did? And then when they say, what did he do now? You say, no, Hillary. Not Bill. And then they get really confused. Who was the example I last used? Fuck. You had to miss the only attack that mattered, didn't you? You had to. Love us, you couldn't do anything nice to me. You have a single point of HP left. I can't believe this. Moustache Man! Oh! Man, regular show was so good. God damn. Chat, it's just gone in... Rare candy. It's just gone into my brain how many levels we have to grind on this Love Esther and how long it's gonna take. In Norway, you generally refer to people in power like prime ministers as such by full name. That's cool. Keys to upgrade in BTD6 are comma, full stop, and slash. So to the left of your right shift. I had to look down. You can tell. How'd you live that? I like the idea of doing full names. Like we do with celebrities. Like we would never call him Hugh. Or Jackman. We'd call him Hugh Jackman. Huge Ackman. And it's only when people have like stage names that are unique that you call them just their name. So like Zendaya or Lady Gaga. But even then, that's 2 words. Why does Norway feel like a country that wouldn't have their royalty anymore? What's it like in Norway with having a thing? In the US, you just say the last name? Well, dear, no, you wouldn't. It's that, at the very least, while they're still candidates, it's Trump and Hillary, wasn't it? It wasn't Trump and Clinton. And then it was Trump and Kamala, it wasn't Trump and Harris. Which is very interesting. I can't think of any other... in the UK, how do we do it? I guess we use Thatcher. We use Thatcher, we use... What's the other one? I don't think Liz Truss counts at all. I think we use all of Liz Truss because she's so forgettable. I guess it's actually just how important they are. Because I would call him David Cameron. I would call him Nick Clegg. I would call him Gordon Brown. I would call Rishi. But because he's recent, people would call him Sunak sometimes. Then people use our current one as Starmer. I guess when they become irrelevant, then you start to have to use their full name because you need to clarify, but when they're still in power. Yeah, so like, okay, that's a good point. For current, that's how that works. But for any past, like even past presidents, you say the whole thing. You wouldn't just call him Abraham or just Lincoln. You'd say Abraham Lincoln because you need to give the full context if that was what you were talking about. You might get away with Bush, he's recent enough. But then I think you'd still want to hit him with the George. Honest Abe. Chat, open up that can forever ago. I haven't taken a drink out of it yet. I'm taking a drink. I don't think Teddy passes at all. I think if you said Teddy, I'd have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Unless we were specifically already talking about US presidents. Like now. It's another red candy! 6. We have to take it to 53. President Teddy! I'd definitely not get that one. I'd have to get a Roosevelt instead of a Teddy. Or, like, something else. Yeah, some are, like, really, really famous. Hoover and Nixon are the best examples there, I think. But British presidents, not presidents, prime ministers are definitely not. I think none of them, historically, are famous enough for that. Thatcher. Maybe. Churchill. Maybe. Slightly more than Thatcher. But outside of those two, and I think even then you still need a bit of context. Chamberlain. I always forget about Chamberlain. Why is Chamberlain the man I forget about the most? I can't name anywhere near all of our prime ministers. UK prime ministers. Let's see, in order, who can I name? I've just ended up with a list in my face. Whoops. Well, I could have named them anyway. In order, I can name, well, backwards order. Keir Starmer, Rishi Sunak, Liz Truss, Boris Johnson, Theresa May. Then I can hit you with a David Cameron, a Gordon Brown, and a Tony Blair. But I think that once we hit Tony Blair, I'm stuck. And I couldn't tell you who was before Tony Blair. Like, genuinely. Let me look it up. John Major. I've only heard John Major's name like 4 times, ever. I don't know what he did. Then you've got Thatcher. James Callaghan, I don't know who that is. Never. Not one time have I heard the name James Callaghan. Maybe I've heard Harold Wilson. I've definitely heard Edward Heath. Maybe I've heard Alec Douglas Home. Haven't heard of Harold Macmillan or Sir Anthony Eden. And then we hit Winston Churchill. Okay, so we actually get into some names I know now. Churchill, Clement Attlee, Neville Chamberlain, Stanley Baldwin, Ramsay MacDonald. I don't know who Andrew Bonar Law is. I love Esther. It's a shame I have to level it to 59. I'm dying, Scuttle. awful. This is bad. Okay, Hat, I know what you mean about nothing making sense without context, but I think that you need significantly more context for those other surnames to make sense. You know? Whereas, quite easily, you can make up the context if I say Thatcher. It's quite hard to think I'm talking about anyone else. A lot of people only know the really, really famous politicians. Yeah. I'm one of them. I don't know politicians. They don't matter. They're dead now. You know? Like, they didn't do anything. I mean, they did, like, some things, but broadly, not a lot. They don't matter. Like with the average historical figure. Outside of the really famous ones, most of them didn't do anything. Okay, most is kind of a misnomer. Like, they did some things, but they were niche or fringe, or things that don't come up in daily life. So, you don't know about them. Or they're not credited properly, or all of these things. Chat, have you read the Muppets x Batman fanfiction? One of the best fanfiction ever written. It's really good. It's really, really good. Yes, dear. You heard all of those words in the right order. Chat, I'm gonna add that to the 500 subscribers special. We are gonna read all of the funny things. Yeah, Muppets x Batman. Like, Bruce Wayne. Batman. And we're gonna give it a full reading, I've decided. It's gonna be wonderful. It's gonna be MatPat Mprag. It's gonna be Muppets x Batman. And I don't know what else. Like a team up or a versus? I think you could call it both. It's very well written. No, don't use that. Bad. It's very good. How did I find out about it? I think it was just on Tumblr for a while. Yeah, I don't think I found about it in any, like, specific place. We're gonna run out of flame charges. I'm really sad. Do my embers one-shot this Oripalm yet? Okay, they do. Sick. Fallout New Vegas x My Little Pony fanfic that has hardbacks. Oh god. Why? Because it's pretty good. It's fantastic. Chat, every time I take a drink out of this bottle, there's like a 1 in 3 chance that I'm just gonna completely cover myself in water. It's unbelievable. Chat, do you know about the My Little Pony Magic the Gathering crossover? What did I say? I said that there's a 1 in 3 chance every time I take a drink out of this bottle that I cover myself in water. Okay, enjoy bed, Wopty. I'll see you around. Thank you for coming. This is awful. I still can't believe that 50 Shades of Grey is a Twilight fanfiction. That's so upsetting. Click this. Thank you, Wopty. I've tried this stream. I realized with the rest of the Infinite Fusion streams, I've been too stuck on the gameplay. Well, just like streams in general, I think. That's something that annoyed me. That I get sidetracked by playing the game. And while watching, it was 2 specific videos. One was someone talking about string theory while playing The Binding of Sack. And one was someone playing Clash Royale while talking about their life. And I've been very much inspired. I think that's the vibe. That really, the things that bring me the most joy in streaming are the interactions with chat. And what's the point if I'm not interacting with chat? So why would I ever focus on the game? You know? Unless I'm like showing off something. That I have to give credit to, like, I am quite good at video games. So people want to see that. Sorry, every single crow in the UK just flew past my window. Every single one, all at once. I didn't know it was that time today. The creator of My Chemical Romance is cousins with Joe Rogan. The actual fuck? What? Let me look this up. Gerard Way, Joe Rogan. No way. Okay, so they are cousins. Joe Rogan has never met Gerard Way. They just happen to be cousins. God damn, that's really funny. Dear, you've confused Joe Rogan with Alex Jones, which is completely understandable. They're essentially the same person. But they are different. It's unfortunate, because I would love to see Joe Rogan getting sued for every single penny he's worth by the families of dead children. But unfortunately, he's not currently being. Also, yeah, every single crow, they just hang out sometimes. I'm sorry, I bother them. Not bother, I borrowed them. I hope I don't bother them. Chat, I want to make friends with the crows. Chat, one dream of mine. Once I have my own home, or at the very least, I live somewhere that isn't a block of flats, with a really strict landlord. I want to befriend crows. I want to put out bird feeders. And I want the crows to know that we're friends. Because crows are smart enough to know that. That would bring me such joy. Mama Lulu was friends with some crows at some point. She used to work at a... It was some kind of NHS building that was in like a little bit of forest, and so there were lots of crows around. And she'd just feed the crows. And so they got used to her being around. And they would, whenever she entered or left the building, they'd go up to her and she would feed them. And they'd get used to this. And it was adorable. I love crows. I wonder what Alex Jones is up to nowadays. Is he completely bankrupt and fucked, or is he still going? Alex Jones. How's he doing? In 2022, he filed for bankruptcy, which makes sense, because, you know, he got sued by the parents of a bunch of dead children, because he said that those children weren't dead. Good job, Alex. Why did you do that? It's so simple to not do that. Oh my god, he got put on Steven Crowder's podcast. And then Steven Crowder's channel got suspended for a while because of Jones being banned from YouTube and being allowed on the platform. That's really funny. God, I hate Steven Crowder. No, that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. I don't believe in violence. And I don't think that murder is ever the answer. But I think if Steven Crowder died, no one would be sad. You know? Chris is smart enough to understand gifts. I think you can hear them, actually. They're still out there. If you feed them, they befriend you. Tell other crows that you're a friend and they'll give you gifts. Exactly. I want to do this. Just I can't, according to my tenancy agreement, feed the birds, like, from my window. I'd have to go outside. And that's just one extra step that I don't need if I want to do it every single day, right? I want to get the crows used to being at my window so I can, like, just have crows. Of course I've had squashies. Squashies are a modern classic. You know? They're not a traditional classic, like a Parma Violet, or like Smarties, or anything like that, but they're a modern classic. Definitely. Oh my god, I've seen crows use tools. I love them so much. Crows, my beloved. Adorable creatures. For this button. Lulu tries to work out which buttons to click to explode the Pokemon. How is my love at only level 44? I'm going to explode. Oh my god, speaking of creatures that are smarter than people think, do you guys know about squid and octopus and how smart they are? They're insane. I love them. I want animals in my life. Chat, I'm really sad. I set up a... How long's my tenancy agreement for? How long have I been living in this building? It's been nearly a full year. Have I only got 6 months left in my tenancy agreement? I think I might only have 6 months left in my tenancy agreement. I set up a year-long tenancy agreement to get less money. To spend less money. But... it's been annoying me. I would like to move. Just because I still think my rent's a little high. I don't like living in a block of flats. I might even look at, like, shared house or something. I'm gonna have a pay rise by the time my tenancy agreement runs out anyway. That's a good point. How do you get a guarantor on a house, chat? Or, like, for a landlord? Because landlords want guarantors. Crows are a bad omen because they learned that if a large group of armed people start walking in one direction, then a battle would happen there. And so there'd be free food to eat. That's so good. It's like vultures. It's like people don't like vultures because they hang around dead bodies. But vultures are actually really cool. I love vultures. Wait, what did I say literally to? Instead of figuratively? Because normally I'm really good at that. And normally I don't get the wrong one. Normally. Lalvesta buddy, I would love if you hit level 45 at some point within the next, like, 3 hours. That would be fantastic. Rare candy rates are way up, though. That's the important thing here. I don't feel bad. Yeah, people don't always understand the why. That's one of those sort of human things that I really, really like. That working out what something... Why people are saying the things they are. Like you getting bad RNG on the fusion Pokemon. Thankfully, there's no RNG here. It's just raw grinding. It's just raw how much XP do we need to level up this goddamn Larvesta to 59. It's bad. It's really bad. I love you, Larvesta. I love you so much, but Jesus Christ. Who decided this Pokemon should evolve at 59? That was a conscious decision. They said, you know what, we could pick any level. 59. Is that the highest level evolution? No, there are some at 60, right? I think Hydreigon might be 60. Where's Titar? Tyranitar. No, Titar's 55. So, Hydreigon. Okay, yeah, Hydreigon's 64. Can I search the list of Pokemon evolutions by level? Let's see. How do I find a list? List of Pokemon by evolution level. Okay, I found it. So it is Svilas. There are literally only 2 Pokemon that evolve at a higher level than this fucking Larvesta. 2. One of them is Svilas. The other one is Dracloak. God damn it. Oh my god, I love whales. I love Orca whales so much. They're so cool. They're evil and vicious, and I love them for it. In the same way that I love wasps. Why does Rufflet evolve at 54? Same with Vullaby. Who did this? Braviary's cool. Mandibuzz is cool, but like they're not level 54 evolution cool. God damn. That's awful. Oh my god, chat, we've got to do a Bishop evolution as well. We've got level 52 Ponyard to grind. Ugh. Snorunt's 42, but like 42 is completely reasonable. I support the humpback whale. Consider yourself an off now! That's really good! God damn. 45! One day my Larvesta is gonna evolve. I'm still in shock, by the way. Genuinely. Whoops. What else happened while I was on stream weekend? I feel like things happened. I don't know. Does anything happen? Was that no XP? No, okay, it wasn't. Cool. Orcas in your mind are not whales but big dolphins, because only dolphins are as evil as orcas. I think you're right, though. I think the orca whales aren't whales. Yeah, they are dolphins. I thought so. They are a flavor of dolphin. Okay, but only because dolphins are a type of whale. Dolphins are a type of whale. I don't like this fact. I don't like that at all. I don't like that not in the slightest. No. That's a bad fact. That's forbidden knowledge. No. Not good. My life is never gonna be the same again. Yeah, so they're just toothed whales. You've got dolphins, porpoises, beaked whales, sperm whales. Damn. They're dolphins. Dolphins are a type of whale. That's awful. I don't like this. They evolved from a common ancestor. Yeah, but like, so did we and dolphins, so... You know? No, they're just like a little bit too close though. Because like, they are the same family. Okay, parv order. Where is parv order? So it's one above family, okay. So what family are dolphins in? The fuck is a cetacean clade? Oh my... this is why I didn't do biology. Well, animal biology. I did human biology. That shit's easy. I know what a human is. Dolphin evolution chart. Let's see. Let's see, dolphin and whale. I want to see them on the same chart. Yeah, they're toothed whales. That's bad. I don't like that. That's an image with about 3 pixels. I can't use that one in my brain. Yeah, so there's just like one common ancestor. Fish aren't real. Fish aren't real. Fish aren't real. Deer fish aren't real. Deer fish are not real. There is more common DNA between a salmon and a human than there is between a salmon and a... Oh god, what was the example always used? Fuck. I want to say it's a salmon and a cod, because they're the food ones. But fish are not real. Exactly, fish is just like anything in the ocean. If it's got fins. That would be like if we had a family for things that had legs. Not the same. They're just not. Some fish are so different. Yeah, it means fish. Fish aren't real. Yeah, it's true. You say it's a fish, I say it's not. The fish is one of those phrases like vegetable. Vegetables aren't real. Why am I embering this? The vegetable is a useless term because tomatoes are vegetables. And lettuce are vegetables. And so many random things are vegetables that have nothing to do with each other. Cauliflower. What does a cauliflower have to do with a pea? Except tomatoes are also fruit. Fruit is real. Lavesta is built like potato. Oh my god, chat, it does look like a potato. Chat, it looks like a potato. Chat, the back half of Lavesta looks like a potato. This is knowledge that's almost as forbidden as dolphins being whales. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Why is my bug a potato? I may never recover from this information. I can't believe that we've been grinding this long for our Love Esther, and we've got 3 levels out of it. But not 3. 4 levels out of it. This is the worst grind. Chat, whose idea was this? I'm never gonna unsee this. I'm gonna have to be looking at that for the next 5 to 7 levels. Ketchup would be a fruit smoothie if it didn't have vinegar in it. Ketchup has vinegar, and it has salt, and it has a couple of other things that you wouldn't put in a smoothie. Cereal's not a soup. Cereal, something else. Cereal is... Cereal is a stew. And milk is a broth. Suffer. This is the truth. There is nothing that you can do about it. The ocean is a soup. There's an interesting conversation when it comes to the ocean being a soup. Because you have to look at the ratio of things. I'm not healing you. I'm going to the Pokemon Center. We need PP anyway. Yeah, PP. If the ocean is a soup, then you start having to look into what percentage of water you need. Not water, of like thing in a soup. Because if you put a dead body in a bathtub, you're not going to get in that bathtub with the dead body. But you'll go in the ocean, and the ocean has dead bodies in it. So, there is an amount of water which is acceptable to mask a dead body. How much is it? How much water do you need for all of a sudden the dead body to not matter? Oops. I wonder. And is it about vision and distance? Could you have a tiny amount of water, but in a long channel that goes around a corner, and you not see the dead body? I think the answer's still no, because there's too much body per water, and you wouldn't want to touch the water that was that gross, right? Is it a factor of how gross the body makes the water? Questions for your mind. Depends on the individual, because you none. Well, you've been in the sea, right? And if you've been in the sea, then you have been in with water. In water with dead body. Because there are many dead body in the sea. Body not water? I don't understand. That, like, you would just sit on a dead body and be happy with it? If it was, like, in a bathtub filled with water, you'd get in the bathtub? Because that's the other option. That either there's no amount of water that could make you happy, or there's no amount of water that wouldn't make you happy. Gross water is worse than visible body. So it's knowing that the water would be gross. But like, If you add more and more water, then the water becomes less and less gross because there's only so much gross. So there's an amount of water that you can put in so that it's not noticeably gross. But you know there's a body in there. Water is water. Water drink the body! Oh my god, chat, the body of Christ. I watched Papa Lily take communion the other day. I was in a church. Papa Lily was there and he took communion. Even though in conversation, I've heard him call God essentially bullshit. He is very much not a Christian, at least openly. I think I'm gonna bring it up with him. I think I'm gonna ask. I'm just interested. I'm very interested in seeing why. Because, like, I didn't take the communion. Could Jesus turn the ocean into wine? And if so, why didn't he? Because with great power comes great responsibility. Spider-Man doesn't throw people into walls unless they're criminals. So Jesus doesn't turn the water into wine because it would kill all the fish. In theory, if Jesus was the Son of God, then he could have blown up the world. But he didn't, because that's a bad idea. Free wine? I mean, you've always got free wine if you're Jesus. You don't need to turn it all into wine. You just, like, pick up a cup of water, you bring it to your lips, you touch it, all of a sudden, that's wine. And then no one knows. Jesus could turn water into wine, so he could have taken out the Romans by turning the water into wine. I think he also just could have turned them into pulp, honestly. But, like, the whole point is that he went quietly. That until that moment when he was on the cross lamenting to God, Father, why have you forsaken me, etc. Until that point right there, he kind of was accepting of the moment. And I think it's interesting, because there are many ways you can read that, and you can go, that was actually the moment when Jesus realized that God isn't real, and that he's not coming to save him. But you can also read it as sort of, you know, the obvious Jesus giving in for our sins, blah, 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 blah. So, there's a lot you can do with that. How much water is lost in the process of winification? 0, because... important, because nothing is gained or lost, it's just changed. And because it's divine, you can't quantify these things. It's unfortunate. It really is. I would love to quantify divinity, but you cannot. Could Jesus turn wine into water? Jesus could turn wine into your mum if he wanted to. He's not going to, but he could. Oh my god, chat, I had the best your mum joke the other day. The absolute best one. The best your mum joke I've ever heard. It was completely offhand. It's just... It was something to the effect of... It was an intro to a video, which was like, when I'm not busy trying really hard to give you a baby brother, I'm actually doing whatever the topic of the video was. And that was so fucking good. That's just, like, the best one. I don't think anyone can beat that. Not a single person. I think the closest that you get to that is the difference between sex and gender. That gender is a social construct. It's built by, you know, societal norms, and it's based on sort of patriarchal expectations of people. And sex is what I have with your mum. It's really good. I'm never gonna get over that one. If water's turned into alcohol, then water's lost in the system, so eventually there'd be no water, as all water would have been lost to wine. I mean, nothing's lost, it's just created. I love straight-face punchlines. Straight-face punchlines are so good. You've got to really prepare yourself for them. But oh boy. You just slam those things down. All of a sudden. Whoa. There we go. How many red candies are we on? What the fuck, we're on 8? We need to go to 51. Yeah, QB, it's like what we did with the FNAF tier list. We put Chica in S tier, and then we move on with our lives. You don't need to address these things. We all know. We understand. So he adds not turns. The water is the same amount, just the rest of the wine is added to the water. I don't think you can even begin to quantify this kind of thing when it comes to gods. That water is now wine. That's just what it is. It may as well has always been wine. We got biblical a while ago. I referenced Jesus somewhere. As someone said the body of Christ. I think it was me. When did I say the body of Christ? I think it just came out. I think, like, we were all sat at a table. Oh, the ocean is a soup turned to ocean wine. That's probably where it came from. Thanks to the body of Christ. I've actually been trying to work out the exact specifics of communion bread. And what I can call communion bread. And if I got a priest and a cake, would I be able to get them to declare it and bless it as communion bread? That's what I would really like to do. Because in my family, there are 2 separate people who can bless water and create holy water for me. And they can create communion wine from real wine. And if we bought on Amazon, like, unconsecrated communion wafers, then I could take them to them and go, can you please turn these into sanctified communion wafers? And then they would do that. They'd do the Christ thing. And then that would be sanctified Eucharist all of a sudden. Well, QB, I couldn't find any real documentation as to what communion bread actually needs to be. I found it for a couple of Eastern sects of Christianity, but I couldn't find it for Church of England or Catholicism. And those 2 are kind of the ones I care about. Communion cake! Oh yeah, we're just grinding, don't worry. We are one-shotting these things. We will be one-shotting these things until the end of time. We need to hit level 59. And then I can move on with my life slightly. And start evolving Pokemon. This is pain. Doesn't Larvesta also have a really bad XP curve? I don't remember. Let me look this up. Larvesta. Larvesta's curve is... It is just slow. This is fine. What is this music that's playing now? Is this Okayu's BGM? Let me click a button. Let's see. It is! I can't believe that Okayu's What was playing before? Wait a second. Let me get some BGM so that we can have something go on. And then I'm going to check what was actually playing before, because I wasn't paying attention. That's my bad. That's quite important. There we go. So we had Okai's BGM. I don't know what this is. That's a tune core. We had some Toho Bossa Nova. Yeah, we started off with Say Fanfare. And then we had, okay, so we had some of Hollow Bossa Nova. Well, we had all of Hollow Bossa Nova, and then we had individual tracks from Hollow Bossa Nova. That makes sense. What am I clicking? Oh god, this. Relaxing music makes you sad, not relaxed. I don't know. Have you guys not seen the 3 remix albums that have come out of the Hololive main channel? We've had Sunshine, which is the Bossa Nova one. This is... what's this one actually called? I don't know what they called this album. But this is the Bossa Nova one. And then there's... what's the other one? Oh, a lo-fi one. They were the 3 sort of full hour-long remix albums that they released. And they're all very good, and I recommend them. And I've used them as BGM in stream a couple times. I love Hololive. Yako reminds me of Gaben, you know. Just those CEOs that really, really care. And actually improve the company that they work at. Because they care about the people that work for them. God damn. Chat, I'm legally obligated to tell you to hit the funny buttons again. It's been roughly long enough that I probably should have done it a while ago. There is, in fact, a button that says like, a button that says subscribe, a button that says ping pong and it rings your doorbell, and then a button that says Discord, and you should totally click all of them because you want to. Not because I told you to, but you want to. And you would have anyway, I'm just reminding you to do that. I've run out of bug bites and flame charges. I can't believe this. It's fine, I will click takedown. I will miss takedown. How long are we streaming till? I have to work tomorrow. I have to wake up at like 8 AM. Which means I'm gonna call stream... How many work counties are we on? 8. I'm really tempted to try and push for the full-ass Volcarona. I don't know how long it's gonna take, though. I just bit my tongue. Excuse me. How did I do that? Oh my god. Anyway. I think we can hit the whole ass Volcarona. At the latest, I think I have to end stream at 10. But... I think we can hit a Volcarona before then, right? I might cry. If we don't. But I think we can. $59. Anime song. It's a shame that so many anime songs just, like, annihilate you with copyright if you use them. Chat, I have a lost media problem. How do I find lost media? How do I do that? Who do you talk to? I need to find the original video for the Wonder Momo anime opening song, not the opening itself, but the music video. That's what I need to find, and that's what I can't find, because I think that Bandai Namco scrubbed it from the internet. And they tried really hard. At the very least, I would settle for finding the original audio. Because you can find the opening, but again, you can't find the full thing. I have genuinely no clue where to start with Lost Media. It's probably like, go to a subreddit at this point, right? The thing is, I bet it exists on Japanese internet, but obviously I don't speak that. So I wouldn't even be able to, like, search for these things. What if I just search on Nico no Nico? I bet I could find the translation for the name. Do I have a favorite opening? I mean, there are just some, like, banger classics. You can look at so many of the Pokemon openings. Oh my god, what was the Pokemon one? There was a really good Pokemon one that happened relatively recently. I've completely forgotten the name of. But then you've got, like, absolute timeless classics. You've got, like, Code Geass. You've got most of Fairy Tail's ones are bangers. You've got Death Note. You've got so many things. Deer's back. Welcome back, Deer. Like, there are so many. Like, the Full Metal Alchemist one. Evangelion. Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan was fine, actually. I'm not gonna call it insane. I'm trying to think if there are any that have, like, transcended. Oh, Cowboy Bebop. Tank from Cowboy Bebop has just, like, transcended the concept of being an anime opening. It's just a good piece of music. I heard it before I knew that it was an anime opening, and I went, this is just a very good piece of music, and it ended up in playlists. In fact, I heard it first in Michael Reeves' Trigger Me Elmo video. You know, the one that begins facial detection? Nah, I prefer racial detection, etc. It's very fucking good. Oh my god, the Pokemon Season 1 opening, it's classic, it's iconic. I wouldn't call it good from sort of a musical point of view, it's fine, but it's not. It's not crazy. It's not everything you want and more. There's a lot of nostalgia, though. So that gives it a lot of value. I might... Oh. VV Fluorite Ice Song. That's a really good opening. You meant funny? Of course it's funny! It's Pokemon! I love Pokemon. I think Pokemon Johto is my favorite one. Just because of... What? I said it a second ago. It's gone. Nostalgia. I love Pokemon Johto. Give. 9. 9. 9. Sorry, apparently I was doing my favorite German dictator in a basement impression. My bad. There he is again. You can't escape him. He comes up in every single conversation. It's impossible to escape the man. I miss the days of Adolf Hitler bunker memes. They were so good. That's just top tier funny. What other openings were really good though? If we just Google best anime openings. Let's see. The Chainsaw Man's one's pretty good. That's a point. I've gone to a playlist. I've gone to someone's playlist. I don't want to go to someone's playlist. Oh my god, Shika Noko 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 Koshtan Tan was a very good one. Holy shit, red candy! Oh my god. Oh my god, Renai Circulation as well! That's such a classic, I'd forgotten it was an anime opening, honestly. I'm scrolling through this person's list. Naruto opening. Downfall memes, yes, those were the ones. God damn. Actually, I was an edgy teenager once, so I watched a little bit of High School DxD, and that had a surprisingly good opening. Oh, the Cyberpunk Edge Runners opening. Yeah, that's obvious. That's just really good. That's like cheating, though. It's completely cheating. Grave, I think I understood about half of the words in that sentence. Chav, I told you that I'm a fake anime girl. But I've watched less anime than, like, most non-weebs at this point. To be completely honest. I haven't seen so many... just so many. I think I can count them on about... It's less than 10, it's single digits that I've, like, actually watched. Yeah, fake anime, exactly. I know. Like, I haven't seen Bleach or One Piece or Naruto or Dragon Ball or like, more than one season of Attack on Titan, or the second season of Full Metal Alchemist, or more than the first couple of episodes of Evangelion, or... Okay, I think if we count Pokemon as more than one anime, then that does count, but I'm not going to because that's cheating. That's like saying, oh yeah, I watch anime, and then listing 4 different Pokemon anime. Oh boy, that's anime. I mean, it is, technically. I never saw the second Code Geass anime. I watched all of the first one. You know, Code Geass, Lelouch of the... whatever. And then I didn't watch the second one. I watched all of Death Note. I watched the first 70-ish episodes of Fairy Tail. I watched the first season of Attack on Titan, the first season of Full Metal Alchemist. Rebellion. Good word. Played Sekiro, does that count? I think it does. You know? As the expert in the room. Because of course I'm the expert here. As we've established with this whole conversation. Oh, and then my favorite anime of all time is somewhere between... Oh my god, it's another red candy. We only need to level Love Esther one more time. Oh my god. Oh, Love Live! I watched all of Love Live School Idol Project. I didn't watch any of the other ones. But I watched all of the original. That show's so good. And I watched the first season of around High School Host Club. Oh, what I was gonna say, my 2 favorite anime of all time. Macross Delta. Because it's the best one. Fuck you if you think Macross Frontier is better than Delta. Does Macross Frontier have a mecha dancing to September by Earth, Wind & Fire? That's another red candy! But also, the second one is Vivi Flora Ice Song, which I've mentioned a few times. It's very good. I think we're gonna get a Volcarona today. Oh my god, is that Blastopopulus? I think I watched one episode of Monster Musume. Like, exactly one. I like the Kobold. Oh my god, I love Miku. Chat, this is where my, like, actual love of Japanese culture comes from. It comes from the music and the art. That's what I love. I love J-pop. I love the fashion. I can't believe it's whole ass Blastopopulus. I feel like if I'm not careful, I will click Ember, and then the enemy Shinx will just, like, explode on me. And then rain rocks, and then I'll die. Because my Ember won't move anywhere. I don't know what to do. Music's so good, chat. I love music. Chat, here we go. It's time. Oh, that's Double Edge! I didn't know Lavesta got Double Edge at level 50. That's almost a useful move. Huh. Come on. It's time. Holy shit. That is not a Volcarona spray! Why is this the default Volcarona spray? These are all so good! Did we hit this thing? I love Volcarona so much. Is that the Radiance from Hollow Knight? I think it might be. Oh. I like this one. Volcarona has to be one of my favorite Pokemon. It's like, has to be. There's no universe where it just isn't. I love this stupid thing. I also like the one... I've just doubled it to 60. Whoops. Heat Wave! Oh! Get to level 69. No! I don't want to die. Also just wasted a rare candy. Come on. Yeah, this one. Well, chat, that's the awful grind done. That's the worst one. That's the worst grind that we'll do in the whole game. That one right there. Because this is the lowest level trainer that we're going to have to go level on. And this is the highest level evolution except for Stylus that we have to do. So that was the single highest number of Pokemon that we have to defeat. For an evolution. I love this Pokemon so much. The next step is to fuse it with things. Because we're going to evolve all of these Pokemon by fusing them with Volcarona. That's the plan. Who do we want to do first? Oh, I should make a box of all the Pokemon that we can't evolve. Or already have evolved. That's a good point. That they should get sorted out properly. Let me do that. Put Volcarona in the party. Yeah, I can't see the Blastopopulus properly from here. It's just a little bit too small. Why is this Dhelmise level 3? That does not seem right. I mean, I guess we called it level 3. Makes sense. Oh, the in-game one. I love the in-game one. So, this is Pokemon that we can't evolve yet. And then to the left, we're gonna have Pokemon that don't need to evolve for whatever reason. It's like it's gonna start off with Slugma because we already have our thing. And like extra copies of Pokemon. It's gonna take a moment. It's an extra Sentret. Then Smeargle, don't need to evolve Love Disc because it doesn't. Unknown doesn't evolve. Wait, did I skip by... I did skip by Cacnea. So we don't need to evolve this thing. Then... I need to look at Oricorio and the forms. We don't need to evolve Roselia, because that is a stone that we can't get. We need to evolve one Snorunt, so we don't need to worry about a second one. You don't need to evolve Ditto. That's not Ditto, Lily. Oh no, that means that Roselia goes in the far box. Wait a second. Then, this is our spare Fanpy. So you're gonna go in there. Spare Spinarak. Spare Stuffle. Lily, why are they in a box? What do you mean? Pokemon. They live in boxes. You catch them, you're level 22, you're gonna be much easier to evolve. You don't need to evolve any Meowth. We have them spare. Oops. We can actually sub in Meowth over the Fanpy when we evolve it. That's a good point. Should probably think about doing that, actually, now I think about it. Is there a Riolu in here? There was. I love Riolu. What a cute Pokemon. I can't see it without remembering the Trackmania player, who cheated a little bit. But, I still love it. I'm gonna squish up these Pokemon, actually. I might even unfuse this dude. Yeah. There we go. That's a Joltik. Don't we have a Joltik somewhere? We do, we have to go a bunch of that. Oh, so I'm just sorting out my Pokemon. Sorting them out into what Pokemon I have to evolve, and what Pokemon we don't have to think about. So, like, duplicate Pokemon don't matter. Then Pokemon we can't evolve don't matter for the moment. They will later, but for the moment they don't. Curlier we can evolve. Then... that's another spare Stuffle. This is essentially the checklist of everything we have to do now. Oh, Smeargle doesn't evolve. Obviously. Okay, bye-bye, dear. Thank you for coming. Sort everybody out. I don't understand what but Polly means. I cannot be of any help. Is there a funny bird in here? Doesn't look like her. We might have doubled up on a couple of Pokemon in here, which would be annoying. But I'm hoping that we haven't, and that it's fine. We're gonna have to go get some more Eevee. I think we need to get 2 more. Oh, Porygon. Yeah, so we can't evolve Porygon yet because we can't get the items. That's why Porygon's over in this box. These are Pokemon that we can't evolve yet, but still need to evolve. So we'll worry about them later, rather than now. Because now all we've got to do is evolve all these Pokemon before Brock. And then we can actually fight a gym leader. Isn't that crazy? I think we're unironically 2 streams away from beating a gym leader. Maybe even next stream, depending on how long it goes. Garbage. So, we're down to 2 boxes. I'm gonna give it a quick sweep to make sure I haven't doubled up on anything. I don't think I have. We have a checklist anyway, right? Let's go to Lulu Explains to look at the checklist. Because I have it for a reason. So, the all Pokemon we've got. So let's sort by... no, okay, so let's not sort it. Yeah, we just have to slam it down. So we've taken out... No, that shouldn't be there. We can take out the can't evolved, actually. Oh, we can take out the evolved. Wait a second, yeah. Oh, but we actually can't do that. Yeah, so we have to take out the evolved ones, because that's ones that we've dealt with. We need to set that as evolved, because this has been now, because we've seen Charizard. Which means that Charizard is caught. Then we have Butterfree. I think all we've got to change now is we've got to find Larvesta. That is the only thing that we... Well, actually, Volcarona. We've caught Volcarona. Sick. So actually what we need to do is... So that's removed. We need to check. Does evolve. Is caught. And then this is the Pokemon that we need to evolve. There we go. That's what my brain was trying to get to this whole time. So we have to go through this list and look at whether we can evolve them or not, and then do it. You need to be marked as evolved, because you're done now. This isn't too bad. How many is this? How would I even... What was this? That's caught. Wait. Oh god, chat. How do I do this? It's gonna be a... Oh, fuck. I've been away from Excel for too long. It's gonna be an equals... I've actually forgotten how to do this. It's gonna be equals... So it's going to be this. So we need to count if for this true. We need to count if for evolves true. Wait. Chat, do we need a pivot table? Chat, I've been setting a pivot table. Screw you. Make a pivot table. Sick. So, we're gonna add court. Wait, did I make a pivot table? It's the pivot table. It actually is, okay. Can I refresh the data on this? Yeah, I can. So this is, oh god, this is evolved counter Pokemon. So this is the number of Pokemon we caught. I found it. It's that the Pokemon that have not evolved, that we've caught, that can evolve, is 57. We need to evolve 57 Pokemon. Which matches roughly what we found in game. Because that's going to be 56. With 2 in here. Some document is slightly wrong, it doesn't matter. So we've got to evolve 56 Pokemon, some of them twice. And then EV a billion times, because fuck you. But chat, that's a problem for future Lulu. I really like how the entire cast of Scooby-Doos ended up in my chat. That was a good stream. That was very productive. Maybe the most productive grind stream we've done so far, because I found the rhythm. That's what an Infinite Fusion grind stream should look like, I think. That's what I want to do, that felt good, and it was very productive. So, it's that time again. I feel like there's a bigger debrief to have here, but like, no, there isn't. Which means I'm gonna thank everybody for coming. I'm gonna thank everybody for watching. And I'm gonna thank everybody for enjoying. Because I know you all did. Tomorrow. What are you streaming tomorrow? God. Chat, what am I streaming tomorrow? Let me do my schedules. Balloons. Monkey game tomorrow. We're gonna work out what Pokemon we're playing on Saturday as well. Don't forget to hit the funny buttons. I will see you all tomorrow. The forest calls. Good night, chat. I'm gonna go to bed. I need to wake up at 7 something in the morning. I'm gonna die. Go to bed.